It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, Election Day. Yes. Big day for the United States today. A lot of fighting going to happen in the next 24 hours.
Oh, yeah. A lot of speculation.
Ooh.
A lot of bold statements being made that'll be retracted tomorrow.
Of course. A lot of celebrities leaving the country.
Oh, yeah. The number one celebrity leaving the country is who?
Ooh,
if
I don't
Trump
know.
wins,
Thank you.
I am moving out of this country. Who do you see more than anyone? There's one person I see more than anyone whenever they bring that up.
Just to repeat something we've talked about before, there is only one, quote, celebrity who said that actually stuck to it. And that's the guy who used to be like on Law and Order or
right,
something.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm leaving, and he left, and we never heard from him again. We're like, hey, listen, dumb, but at least you're consistent and honest.
Stick to your convictions.
Whoopi Goldberg used to say it a lot, but she can't afford to leave this country. She's got too much going on here. I don't know who's really yipping up these days.
I know who Galvin keeps pointing out.
Who?
Yeah, because I see her more than anyone. This is just that I see. Go ahead.
Yeah, Amy Schumer.
Yeah, and they use they use the worst, fattest picture of her, and they're like, "Look at this pig. She's gonna leave."
She's all pregnant.
Yeah. Ugh.
You want to talk about somebody who had the world by the balls and just disappeared, man. I remember that whole Amy Schumer, Jennifer Lawrence thing. They were like best friends, and they were running around town, and women wanted to be with them and be in their little squad. And then she married some guy, got fat, and everything. She was like, "I'm done."
Yeah, and started doing tampon commercials.
I will tell you, when she was on the show, I went out with her that night. I loved her. I thought she was fun to hang out with. I went to see her show, and then we went to dinner afterwards and hung out with her. And I felt like we had become friends. She was very cool, and she and I stayed in touch. She got mad at me because I went up to New York for the Jack Black roast, and we went in through the back door. I don't know how we got there, but we were like in the kitchen of the after the roast. We were in the kitchen of the
Friars Club.
Friars Club. Thank you, Galvin. And she walked past me and she stopped and she just turned. She goes, "You weren't even going to call me and tell me you were here?" I was like, "Hi, Amy. Nice to see you." And I was like, I decided to come up yesterday. Like, I was like, "Why? Did we date?" And I don't remember.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know we were like that.
And I was like, "I'll text you later." And she's like, "All right." And I texted her and she didn't call me back. I was like, "All right. I guess we're mad at each other now."
Yeah, she fell into that, just blew up too fast.
Yeah.
Because it was, not for her. I'm sure she was out on the road and doing stuff and everything. But then overnight to everyone in America, everybody knew who she was.
And she won Last Comic Standing and that whole deal. She went that route.
I just remember her last special got picked apart for a bunch of jokes that got lifted.
Yeah, they said she lifted a bunch of different jokes from different Tammy Pesca, Telly, and a few other female comedians that they were like, "Oh, I mean, that's jokes that have already been done by this person."
Like she mixed that with like one movie that bombed, and that was it.
Well, that movie that she had, Trainwreck, was good.
That was funny.
That was funny. And then that movie Snatched that she had, or not, was it Snatched?
With Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, with
I don't know
Goldie
if it was
Hawn.
Snatched, but it was good.
I think it was called Snatched.
I think the one I saw was the one John Cena.
Yeah, it was
Trainwreck.
And that was funny.
Trainwreck was good. Snatch was really funny. I thought that was really good. There was a bunch of funny stuff in there. Ike Barinholtz was great in there.
She was good as a comedic actor, I thought. Yeah. Funny.
Galvin,
yes,
you and we always joke that we're connected into the same mainframe somewhere because if you say something, we're both going to attack it from the same angle most of the time, right?
Yeah.
That's why I wonder about comedians stealing jokes because, like, say you have a good joke and it's something that you thought of and it's good, and then you're like, oh, this, like with I don't really know the Ari Shaffir Carlos Mencia thing. I know that was pretty blatant, but sometimes I just think you both can have an idea, and because Ari got it out first, I would feel like, oh, I got to change it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I know when I was doing stuff with Bobby, one night I said a joke, and Bobby goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "What?" He goes, You said my joke. I go, "I did?" And he goes, "Yeah." I go, "I didn't even know." I mean, he wasn't really mad at me, and I thought, you know what? I did I did bring up a subject that he talks about because it just was on in my head.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember Bert talking about a joke, and he goes, "I had to call Robert Schimmel and be like, this sounds like your joke.
Right.
Like I feel like this is your joke," and he was like, "No, it's not." But it was so much in the style and something that Robert Schimmel would say.
Yeah,
that's got to be very difficult, especially now with how many different comedians are out there all doing different stuff. I remember I tweeted something. This was years ago. This had to have been 10 years ago. I tweeted something about girls were wearing rape whistles as like jewelry and stuff, and I go, well, that's a little, thinking you're a little hot wearing a rape whistle, like that's a little, and some guy was like, "Hey bro, that's my joke," and this and that and everything, and I go, all right, well that's not like that difficult to think of, you know.
Guy in Pennsylvania, I never saw you do comedy.
That I've never heard of, never seen before. If it was Steve Martin or it was some, you'd be like, oh, okay, well everyone's heard that before.
I could never say to somebody, that's my joke.
Yeah.
I never. I did it. I did a joke. One of the very first times I ever did stand up, I did a joke about midgets, and Tom Segura did it in this special, almost the same thing. I never saw it before Tom Segura. Do I think Tom Segura stole it from me? No, it was just a...
But if you're a comedian and you're up and coming and that's like your joke that you think is going to get you famous.
Yeah, it's your lifeline. It's your whole thing. What's funny is there is a commercial on right now that talks about the first guy that drank milk from a cow and this and that. I did that open letter. Yeah. I did that open letter like 5 years ago about people saying first time somebody fell asleep, they were like...
If I remember the Amy Schumer one, I remember it was a pretty long joke. And the delivery was almost identical to Tammy Pascatelli. Like they had the video side by side.
Yeah.
And like the premise wasn't even altered. It was just straight up
That's the same thing with Carlos is they put the video side by side and you're like, yeah, but we all said that about who's going to build the wall. The Mexicans. It was a very easy joke to grab. I don't know how.
There was stuff from Saturday Night Live whenever Louis C.K. hosted, and there was a skit that was completely lifted from another thing. Yeah. And Louis doesn't know because it's the writer bringing it to him, and he's like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So he did it, and then they're like, hey, we did that, and they showed, and it was like exactly the same skit.
There is a show called Lamont and Tonelli in San Francisco, and they are the ones that came up with the Baby's Daddy song. It came to me on a disc that I listened to one time. I thought their show was okay. There were like guys who just talked about stuff and they were pretty dirty, but that song was on there and it was by a female impersonator named Shirley Q. Liquor. And it was a white guy doing a fat black
90s.
lady. Yeah. And I just thought that song was perfect for Baby's Daddy. And I have, since day one, been giving Lamont and Tonelli the credit, even though they didn't really write it. Shirley
you reached out to him too, didn't you?
Yeah, a long time ago. And I understand that they were very mad at that. And I went, oh, okay. I don't know what to tell you. I've given them the credit. I've done the whole thing. I've never claimed it for our own. I re-recorded it. I had Ronnie D and the guys do their own version of it. So I tried to get Shirley Q. Liquor on the show, the guy who did that, so that we could talk to that person and give them the full credit because he's the guy who really wrote the song. But anyway, I have, but a lot of times I would go through Mancow and these other radio guys around the country who were doing things and see what they were doing, like what we're missing out on, not to steal ideas, but like, hey, what are those guys doing, And then if I saw a good idea, I would say, ooh, how could we make that our own? How could we do something with that? And you see Guess Who Farted, you don't want to do Guess Who Farted, but you come up with something on your own. And we've talked about this all the time, how many television show writers stole our stuff because they were able to go to the internet, see what we were doing, and then be like, hey, Ellen would love this, or Jimmy Fallon would love this.
I remember I sent you a demo tape of a bit that I was doing for a long time.
I don't recall this.
And who was there? Later on, I turned the radio on, and you had lifted the bit for your own.
We did give you the credit for it, though.
Yeah. I'd gotten that idea from Phil Henry, anyways.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, we did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
We did a really good job with that.
I used to do Geo from the future and talk to myself because I didn't have any, anybody with me.
You would do Future Geo. It was on your demo. It was great.
Yeah.
We stole it. And we did a Future Cowhead, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
we.
But yeah, Phil Hendry gave me the idea.
Yeah, and it's just how this
to talk to myself.
Also, if you're in Alabama and you hear us doing Guess Who Farted or Baby's Daddy, and you start doing it in Alabama, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Do it over there. Got enough people in this market stealing our stuff.
Yeah, I was mad at the time, but I got over it. I'm like,
Were you really mad?
Oh.
Well, I was like, this son of a bitch won't hire me, but he's taking my ideas.
That's what I'm saying.
That
For
sounds
when
right.
a comedian, they see their joke, they see someone who's not a comedian doing their joke, and they're like, "That's my lifeline."
Yeah,
you
but
know, that's mine.
I was trying to get you hired.
Yeah, I
and,
wanted to work with you. I'm like, this mother effer.
I was trying to get you hired, and I remember saying we stole this from Gio.
And then you gave my demo to Shark, and that got me hired. So
Yeah, and then look at you now.
Yeah, all debts were paid at that point.
Thank you.
Look at you now. Now you get coffee from Starbucks for him.
Oh, see, I knew you were going to bring that up. I didn't want to say anything about that.
Damn it.
Joe?
Yes, Michael.
Anybody break through the deadbolt?
Nope. Deadbolt is holding strong. The Pants Island is secure.
I love that. I would feel like I would have questions about Spanish every day, and I don't. I have questions only about Zoe. Spanish is like fine, doing his thing, but Zoe is the crazy one.
What if Zoe put those dollar bills out in the street the other day and she put fentanyl on them so he would fall, and then she just throws them in the trunk and takes them?
Yep.
I know this freeloader will pick up this money.
Like a trail of corn to ducks.
Yes, freeloader.
Oh man.
We're like, where'd Joe go? I don't know. Just no sign of him. She just waits and pushes him into the trunk.
Well, if I go missing, I'll leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
Okay, we'll know where to find
Leave
it.
a trail of singles.
All right.
This is going to come as a major shock to you guys, especially Carmen. I did not go to $1 Play Class.
What?
No.
You did. You said you were gonna go. And then you didn't go.
I'm sorry I did not go to represent the show like you wanted me to.
No, I wanted to go, but my wife is really sick. We didn't do our podcast. We didn't do anything. She's not feeling too well, and I had to go take my daughter to softball practice.
Yeah.
Boy, that was fun.
Practice. Not even a game.
Hour and a half.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah, practice is not great to go to.
No, especially when it's raining and you're getting bit by bugs.
Come on.
I was wearing a.
Hard.
Yeah,
I did. I was like, I'm done with this. I went and called into Mo's show. That's how bored I was.
Oh.
I enjoy Mo's show. They build it as Carmen's favorite show. They build it as Carmen's favorite show.
No, that says a lot about you.
Me?
Yeah. I've heard that show.
When you say stuff like that and then you say I'm funny, there's like no weight behind it. I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
it doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm like, but he likes Mo's show, so it's like,
Mo's show, it gets worse. I like Mo's show, and I think Spike's hilarious. How about that?
Yeah.
that is something else.
Spike does make me laugh anytime I turn the radio on.
This is how you know when people say I run the station. I don't run the station because I would move shows around.
Oh, really? Well, let's give us the lineup. Yeah.
I would put us on in the morning.
All right, we stay where we are.
Okay.
We stay where we are.
I say we move.
Yeah, let's go to
Where are we going? Afternoons?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Let's move.
My bad. Let me change that.
Yeah.
Actually, I find that having the show over at 10 o'clock and the day free is a lot better than having, when we did afternoons.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Oh, do you? Because when you wake up and just walk downstairs and you're at work, is that nice?
Yeah. Don't blame me for being successful.
Having been a person that's been on every show on every day part on the station, I enjoyed middays the most.
Yeah.
I will tell you that afternoons were fantastic whenever single and no kids and all that stuff. Once you have kids, then you're like, oh, no, mornings is better because then you'll be able to do other stuff, whatever. But now kids are older.
The Roger and JP spot, that's the sweet spot. Because you can still sleep. You don't have to get up early, but you also get off and you still have a large portion of your day.
Interesting. I'm eliminating them. The first of all, I did middays for a long time, and it is definitely the best shift. You don't have to get up early.
Yeah.
You don't have to go. You get home early in the afternoon.
You can stay out late if you want.
It is the lowest paying day part.
That is true,
and that is not, and also the least interested day part. You're not getting a lot of endorsements. I don't like middays as far as business goes. So I do us on in the morning, followed by the after show with Dizzy, slingshot into a cat named Mo show in the daytime.
All right.
Roger JP out.
Roger and JP just moved. I'm moving them.
Okay.
Where?
Let them run it out.
Then Drew goes on in the afternoon, and then Roger and JP replay goes on at night.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't need to.
You're moving them to night.
Push them out.
Push them out.
Wow.
You don't need to.
What about
what?
No, Johnny B. He's just cut.
No, I'm sorry, Johnny B first, then the Roger and JP replay. Wow. Night, like real nights. Yeah.
Replay of their show from New York.
Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just replace it.
I keep Monica though. I put Monica on a different show.
Oh.
Having been in all the day parts, nights is the worst.
Monica on with Dizzy for the after show or no?
No, I think Monica may be on with Drew.
Oh.
Yeah. I like to hear a female voice.
Now it's going to be Drew Garabo live featuring John Senning and Monica?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That's
a long title.
That's a word.
Lengthy title.
Our voice guy's going to need some tea with honey to coat his throat.
What do you think that's about, the Drew Garabo featuring John Senning? Do you think that was John going, I want to be featured on this show like Will did to Johnny B? Or do you think that Drew is just, I don't know.
Well, for a while there, when Drew was going through all of his health stuff,
right.
John was doing the show
Sure.
by himself.
Did a great job.
Exactly. But it was Drew Garabo Live brought to you by John Senning. Like it was one of you know what I mean? It was,
that's funny, right?
But it was one of those. It was like, well, where's Drew? This and that. So I think they had to change it to add John to the title because he was there by himself for so long.
Yeah,
it was over. It was almost a year, over a year, I think.
That's a hard gig to do, doing a show by yourself.
Yeah.
I wonder if they wanted to change the name, and John Brennan told them no. So this was the compromise.
Like, what do you mean? Change it to what?
John and Drew, or some version.
I mean,
of
that seems to me it would make the most sense, the Drew and John show.
Yeah, because the featuring is the weird thing. It's funny because Tom Rhodes, very funny comedian, hosted a talk show over in what was Denmark or Amsterdam or whatever,
yeah.
And it was the Kevin Masters show, starring Tom Rhodes.
Yeah,
who was Kevin Masters?
But that'd be like the Johnny Carson show starring Jimmy Fallon.
But
I know it's not.
I think it was a fictional character.
Oh, really?
I think if I'm let me look that up. Yeah, because it was a weird situation. It was like, what is it? And I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's just it's confusing. Not confusing. I get it. It's not. It's I guess it's just wordy. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just talking about it. It has nothing to do with me. And it just. I wonder why, if it was so easy for Drew to change the name, why Johnny B held so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think Drew recognizes the work that John Senning does, where Johnny B did not recognize.
But also, I think that Drew has a name in the market. People know Drew Garabo. You say no, Drew Garabo, they know he's on Afternoons, on The Bone, whatever. Right. Johnny B doesn't have as big of a name, and he's pushing and trying to get his name and host and do all that stuff. What?
You said it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not all in agreement. I think Johnny B would agree with that. It's not putting Johnny B down. It's not saying he's
kind of was putting him down.
No, not at all. Not at all. I went to his wedding. What I'm saying is he's trying to establish himself more and doing stand up and doing all the different stuff, whatever, and get his name out there. Do you really want to give that away? I mean, it's the Johnny B show.
Can I tell you that Johnny B told me months ago, I'm shooting a special. It's on this date. I'd love for you to come. And I said, I'm putting it on my calendar. I will be there. And I know I say that a lot, but it was this weekend and I had it on my calendar and I planned on going. And then I saw a thing online that said Johnny B pushed his taping back to somewhere in Ybor or Ocala.
Yeah, see, I went to his wedding, so he texted me and told me that he was not doing the taping, that it would be a later time, but he did do that.
Also texted me and told me, and I said, yes, John, I was aware of that because I also follow you on social media.
Yeah,
and he was like, great. So I said, I will be at the next one. I promise.
No. Is it at $1 place?
I almost went to the show this past one.
You did?
Yeah, but then I think I'm going to go to the January one.
Why don't you ever call me and be like, you want to do something?
Dude, on Friday night, my kids went to hang out. Nobody was home.
Well, you never call me.
And I literally debated about going.
I spent a whole day talking about I have no friends.
Yeah, it was in downtown Newport Richie.
I would have went.
We could have gone down there.
Listen, almost doesn't count. Don't try and be a hero. I almost went.
I was going to go because I like going down to that area. But then
I would have gone. We could have had Tom drive us.
Yeah.
You don't want to be my friend.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I get it.
He feels like you're going to put him to work.
He's resentful.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Go get me coffee.
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
Oh, give me my drink.
Yep. Hey, you want to hang out? Pick me up a coffee first.
Oh, God.
Hey, you have a license? Can you drive the Sprinter? Or by the way, real quick, the Dutch show, so it was named the Kevin Masters Show, was simply a generic American name that the producers used to fill until they got a host.
Oh,
but
really?
Then they decided to kill the Kevin Masters Show starring Tom Rhodes, which I think is hilarious.
Funny.
Yeah.
Tom Rhodes is kind of like that. Where was it? Was it in Denmark?
It says it was a Dutch show.
Yeah,
so.
he used to ride his bike to the studio every day.
Oh,
He loved living over there.
Yeah, everybody rides their bikes over there. Yeah.
I'd like that gig. I was watching a clip of Letterman before the show started this morning, and I thought, nobody does it like that anymore, man. That was the best. That was the absolute best.
Jimmy Fallon blows my mind. He is, and I'm not one of those, oh, you're a sheep and you're the corporate bootlicker. But if there's ever been better terms for Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Fallon is never going to rock the boat. Jimmy Fallon is making millions of dollars, and he goes, what do you want me to do?
And he's worked for NBC since he was like 19 years old.
Right.
So
but he is very much like, I am not, he messed up Donald Trump's hair. He came back. I'm so sorry that I did that, which is hilarious. People laughed about it. They love it. He had on, because that I was watching that, Am I Racist documentary, whatever. And there's a lady that wrote a book about being, of course it was a white lady that wrote it. And Jimmy Fallon had her on, and she was talking about this stuff, and it was like his podcast or something, and he's, oh yeah, like so introspective, and oh yes, I understand. I would be like, all right, you're a white lady. What are you talking about, you weirdo?
I watched a lady on Oprah years ago tell everybody they were racist. And I went, no, I'm not racist. And I watched it, and I went, oh, yeah, I guess I am. I guess I fall into the.
You are a straight white male in your 50s. You are the most racist.
Must be racist. Yeah. It's so funny. I don't know. Anyway, it is election day. Now, I'm supposed to do a show tonight.
Oh,
with?
Starting at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
With Drew and Mo and, I don't know, Johnny B, I assume.
John Senning, I think.
John Senning.
Who is it featuring?
It's featuring Johnny
Senning. All right.
And we're going to be doing election coverage. I will tell you, you guys must be thinking we have something really big planned. Nothing more than a text chain that says, hey, you guys want to do this? I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I do know that there is a lot of opposing opinions on things.
Sure.
I called into Mo's show yesterday because I was listening to them and how racist Spike is. Spike actually told a guy on the show that he didn't believe he was black because he didn't sound black. I went, oh, if I said that to somebody, I would get fired in a
Spike
second.
said that?
I got to be honest.
Or the guy did?
There is a lot of things that if you said it, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
That black people can say and you can't say.
Spike said it to the gentleman, the caller. He said he was talking and he goes, as a black man. And Spike goes, you ain't black. You ain't black. And the guy's like, I am in fact black. He's like, no, you ain't. And then when he was done, Mo was like, why do you say he's not black? He goes, the way he talked and the way I don't.
That's racist.
Yeah, he tried to explain it when I call in, but it still was pretty racist. So
it's definitely prejudiced.
It was definitely prejudiced.
Yeah.
I would say that is what I am, prejudiced.
If you say you're not, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, I am prejudiced.
Wait,
not
just Mike? Or?
No.
Okay.
I finished that with everybody. Everybody.
Out of your goddamn mind.
Not necessarily against one group, against a lot of groups.
Oh, yeah,
starting with women, then working its way up to Hispanics and black people, and then
teenagers,
white people, teenagers. Teenagers, I would say I'm full on a hate group.
Yeah.
I hate teenagers.
You start out with your garbage until you prove yourself differently.
Yeah. Although my son hangs out with a pretty good group of diverse kids. Like he hangs out with black kids who are look like rap guys, then he hangs out with a bunch of long-haired white dudes. Like I don't know what his group is. But I pulled up last night, and there was like 5 of them sitting out in the little pot den over there, and Van Halen was on, and I pulled up, and I rolled down the window, and they all quietly looked at me, and I go, I believe it's time for me to expose your kids to Van Halen, and I cranked it up really loud, and they all just stared at me, and I went, have a good night.
Yeah.
Went and parked
Thanks,
my car.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad.
That's the interesting thing that I saw from my son growing up is now, I mean, remember back in the day, you're a metalhead. If you played, some rap stuff, we'd be like,
you're liable to get beat up.
Yeah, absolutely. If you said that you liked something else, you'd be like, what? That's not metal. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But now everybody, they like
it's
everything.
cool to like everything, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And
Country, Taylor Swift, Metallica.
And you know what I think was the big juggernaut for that was video games. Because video games have all different kinds of stuff in there. Yeah.
But Gio, I don't know, you're a little younger than us, but when I was a kid, and you listened to Z100 was my radio station. You listened to the radio station, and it was Madonna into Michael Jackson into Prince they were into Van Halen into Rolling Stones. Like it was, you heard everything.
See, for me, grunge blew up is when I was in high school. So that's all anybody was listening to. It was like flannel, t-shirts, and
I had not seen Pearl Jam other than the 2 videos that they had on MTV. which weren't that great. But I love that album, man. I drove around with a bootleg copy of 10 in my car, and I just used to listen to that over and over and over again.
I saw Pearl Jam. This was one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to, by the way. I saw Pearl Jam open for Smashing Pumpkins and Red Hot Chili Peppers before 10 came out.
Oh, wow.
And Alive was just on MTV and only at night. Like, it was only on late night, whatever. And I remember seeing, I was like, I like these guys. These guys are cool. And they blew me away live.
I used to have a lot of those bootleg concerts where it would be like the Chili Peppers or Alice in Chains, and then the small band Pearl Jam would be opening for them in a small club.
Alice in Chains opened for Van Halen.
I saw that show.
Yeah, whenever you hear the different ones. By the way, when you were talking about how it goes from Michael Jackson into Van Halen into this, whatever, that is now called Jack FM.
Yeah,
there's those stations that try and do that now.
Yeah, it was weird. When I was in high school, it was grunge, and then boy bands were blowing up. So it was like a weird thing of like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and then Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and stuff. And then that went into like all the new metal, which was like Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Korn. So it was like that's where I was at.
If you play a song for me, I immediately brings you back to what radio station I was working for and where I was.
100%. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I started thinking about this the other day. I got a little late start to radio because I didn't get into it till I was in my early 20s. But I have been doing this my whole life, like my whole adult life.
Yeah, I started when I was like 21.
Yeah. So I was just thinking in my head, I was like, yeah, I got in late, but I'm not that late. I mean, I've been doing this for 30-something years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm about ready to wind down.
Anytime I hear that song by the Raconteurs, that's Louisville. Before I worked here, that is right in that wheelhouse because that was huge right then.
When I hear like Crossfade, I think Tallahassee instantly.
Yeah.
That must be such a great memory and experience of having worked in Tallahassee and radio. That must have been so awesome.
It was the best.
My son went there this weekend. It cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
We were comparing notes, my brother and I, because my brother's got a kid that goes to school there, and I had a kid that likes to party there, and he was like, this weekend cost me $700. I go, me too.
Yeah.
Because they had to buy Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Then there's a place, Mike's Beverage Barn. Are you familiar with that place? Yeah, that cost me $70.
Bunch of charges from Poorhouse Paul's and Bullwinkle's.
Yeah, a lot of clubs up there that I contributed to.
I don't know. When I lived there, though, we were all dirt broke, and it was a lot different.
He's dirt broke too.
It was a lot different because
you just give him 2 credit cards.
Yeah, I would say he's broke. He's using my money.
Yeah. Tallahassee now, there's a lot of big corporate like bars and restaurants and like that. None of that existed when I lived there.
Like
it was
Dave
all
and Buster's type.
When I lived there, it was all college dive bars.
Yeah. So I had planned on opening a pizza place. Like that was my plan. What I was going to do was open a pizza place, and I started working in the nightclub business and started doing well with that. But I 100% was going to move to Tallahassee and open College Town, like open a pizza place that serves beer and stuff. Like that's it.
Why don't we do that now?
Yeah, we could.
I'm in.
I would do that.
Let's go.
I have the recipe for the dough and the sauce and everything.
Back then, there was the main strip of bars on Tennessee Street in Tallahassee, and there was a Gumby's Pizza across the street, and that's where and the Gumby's would give pizza to different bars on certain nights. So, like on Monday nights, we'd always go to Poor Paul's because it'd be free pizza and cheap beer, and then like on Wednesday nights, it'd be over at somewhere else. You go there.
Oh man, how creative you were when you were a poor college
kid.
You
would plan your whole week around free food and what the drink specials were.
We used to do nickel beer for 3 hours. Draft beer, nickel. You'd buy the
Did
cup.
people really pay the nickel?
Yeah. So most people would give you $1.
Yeah.
And then you just keep the change, whatever. Some people would actually give you a nickel and $1, so you didn't have to break the dollar, which was cool. Yeah. You had to pay for the cup, so you come in and it's like $5 for the cup.
And
then
the cups would be like this big, but
they're little tiny
you'd stack
cups.
them up like this high on your table.
But and then we would have, whatever pizza place would bring in pizza. And the maintenance guys or the janitor guys, whatever, loved it because people puked a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, think about it. He was just down in draft beer and wailing on pizza.
There'd be nickel beer night, and then there would be Kill the Keg, which was always fun too.
Yeah. Did you do it with it was a bladder bust? So if somebody went to the bathroom, you pulled the beer.
Yeah, they had that. I think they stopped that pretty early.
They did because there were people guarding the bathroom, and there was fights and people peeing.
Yeah, so I think something happened with a Wii.
Yeah,
and that kind of shut that down.
See, I worked at a bar the closest bar to the Michigan Stadium, and we did all-you-could-eat pancakes and bacon on game days.
Oh wow!
For like $15, $10, something like that. It was insane.
Nice.
It would just get so crazy. One year, I made so much money. all the girls stole my money.
Wow.
My first shift, because I didn't know. Like, I didn't know, and I was like, oh, we all work here, and I didn't have anything, and I was wearing, like, Victoria's Secret boy shorts.
Oh, yeah, you were.
So I didn't have any pockets or anything to keep my money in, so I just had to keep it in the back, in my purse, like, and stuff. Someone went through my bag. And
What a
took
novice.
And then, again, I was 18.
Yeah.
And then, but guess what? And they were all like, oh, this girl. Guess what? Next home game, next Saturday, everyone in Victoria's Secret boy shorts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I made so much
They
money.
were so mad because they all had to go back to your father's basement after
Wait,
the show.
I didn't know I had to go to my
Your dad was such a bad man.
He was not.
I'm glad they caught him. All right, let's take a break. It's election day. We got a lot going on this morning. It's Tuesday. Dom will be here to take your legal calls coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. We got Sporcle. We'll tell you what we're giving away, and we'll play that next on 102.5 The Bone. Our phone numbers are 800-771-1025, which I had to call Johnny B, or what's his name, Mo, on the hotline. Jesus.
Yeah.
I had to call on the 800 number last night because I don't know the hotline number.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Don't give it to him.
Oh, come on.
He'll give it to Spike, and then Spike gives it to everybody, and then...
Oh, I think you said Spice. I was like,
I would imagine that I have an old hotline number in my phone.
Yeah. Carmen, what are we giving away today?
We have a bunch of stuff. So we have...
Oh, good.
we have tickets for Here Come the Mummies.
Yeah. Which
Pink.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
Do
think
they dress like mummies? Okay.
Never seen them.
I feel like Joe would know.
I don't, though. I mean, they do sound like something I would know about.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We have tickets for Pink.
I know Pink. She got fat, Gio said.
It's Plunk now.
Oh.
No.
OAR.
Uh-huh.
Next Big Thing.
Yep.
TSO.
Yep.
Reggae Rise
OAR,
Up.
NBT, TSO.
Reggae Rise Up.
Uh-huh.
Are you? Monster Jam.
Yep.
Alice Cooper. Contract. Tailgate.
Let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. I believe Gio won yesterday.
I am on a streak.
All right.
No, it's not.
I won yesterday.
Yeah. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, it's election day. So how well do you know E words? We're going to do some easy E vocabulary.
So stretch.
I know. All right, your first one. A large bird of prey
Eagle.
with a Mike Calta
America.
Yeah.
lives in the soil and is
Earthworm.
used. Yes, Mike Calta. The theory or practice of
Einstein.
teaching
Of what?
at a
Evolution.
school
Oh, yeah.
or university.
Say it again because these guys are yelling wrong answers.
The theory or practice of teaching at a
on.
school or university.
Educating. Or education.
Education is what I needed. I
What's on
will
the
give
paper?
that. Education. I will give that to you.
So do we get 2 guesses for
No.
everyone? Okay. Good.
Gio, don't start this.
I'm just making sure. I want to know what's
Gio
going
needs to be. I feel like Gio's never been hit before.
Listen,
Someone
I-
needs to hit him.
I would like to have 2 guesses. I think it's a great idea.
I would never hit you.
An oval or round object laid by a female Galvin.
By a female Galvin.
The number after 17.
18.
Mike Calta. The joint between the
Elbow.
Gio yelled loud. A form of energy resulting from
Electron.
charged.
Electricity.
Oh.
Mike Calta.
Should have guessed again.
Yeah, I didn't. Electricity.
He already got it.
A heavy plant-eating mammal with a trunk
Elephant.
long. Mike Calta. An unborn or unhatched.
Embryo.
Galvin, the other G. One of a pair or round organs in the head,
Ear. Oh, Jesus.
which people and
Eyeball.
many animals used to see. One of a pair of round organs in the head, which people and many animals.
Eyes. What?
One of a pair.
Oh,
Eye.
come on.
Go to the
Eye.
judge. I'm going on the paper.
I
Paper
mean,
says
Eye.
I mean, I would go eyeball because he said it first. you said eyes afterwards, I would have.
I said I as my second guess.
You don't get two guesses.
Galvin got a second guess.
No.
What?
I guessed it first before you guessed.
You said eyeballs.
All right, so then no point.
No point.
Oh, there's no rules.
Listen, I was trying to. You were making jokes, so.
I'm not making jokes.
No, yeah, you did.
Go to the judge. The paper says I.
No point.
No point.
How come he got a second guess?
That's a third guess.
No, I said eyes. Then I said I.
Third guess.
Mike said Mike made a pluralized guess as well, and we didn't give him that point.
The judge has spoken.
I'm just pointing out there's no rules.
There are.
We just make it up as we go.
It's not true.
Galvin got two guesses.
Oh my God, are we playing or not? Let's go.
No,
Jesus
I don't want to
Christ.
play. You guys
All right,
suck.
well then sit
Then
out.
don't play. Then stop answering.
I want my death
There's
money.
no rules.
Jesus Christ.
Your next one. To travel through an unfamiliar
Exit.
Enter.
country or area, perhaps in order to learn more about it. Explore. And Pap, we are halfway there.
Oh my God, we still got a whole way to go.
Gio has a single point on the board. Galvin has 3, and Michael is your leader right now. He's winning with 5.
All right.
Seems like I have more.
All right. E, vocabulary. Your next one. Morally bad or wrong?
Evil.
Galvin.
Yeah.
What?
You know.
A thing that happens, usually
Event.
Mike Calta. Lasting forever without end or
Everlasting.
beginning. Lasting forever
I know it now. Can I guess again?
without end
Yes.
or beginning.
Evermore.
Eternal.
Oh,
Eternal
damn it, yeah.
is what I was looking for. No point.
No point.
Absolutely necessary and extremely important. Absolutely necessary and extremely important. Essential. Remember when we were essential workers?
Yeah. Some of us.
A bright green precious stone.
Emerald.
Mike Calta. A feeling or sentiment such as
Emotion.
joy. Mike Calta. Unfilled, unoccupied. Mike Calta.
Like my heart.
The expression of approval and support.
Empathy.
The expression of approval and support. Encouragement.
We don't know
You
that.
can do it, Carmen.
A book or set of books giving
Encyclopedia.
information. Mike Calta.
There's
I would have gave that one to you.
Yeah, that was definitely me. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, that's you have
I thought
15.
you were
so.
really mad.
Oh no.
You can go to the judge if you want.
No, he was hitting a bug. I thought he was.
That was Galvin.
Well, thank you.
Okay, Calvin gets the point.
I mean, now it's 38-5.
Well,
but-
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Integrity crept in.
A foe or adversary who actively opposes
Enemy.
someone. Galvin and Pap, we are on the last 3.
That was it. Yeah.
Gio is on the board with his single point.
Colin Quinn was playing.
Galvin has 6, and Michael is winning right now. He has 9.
Oh. Still a chance. Still a chance.
Yeah. Last 3. Easy E vocabulary. Here we go. A flat paper container. Mike Calta. A long and distinct period of history.
Era.
Galvin. And the last one. To break free.
Escape.
Galvin.
Your final score: Gio 1 point, Galvin with 8, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 10.
I feel like Gio quit.
Yeah, 100%.
It is.
That's all right. You weren't
Even though
going.
he answered after he quit.
No, there's no point. There's no rules.
But
You weren't
you
gonna
did.
win anyways.
I don't want to participate in rigged games.
All right.
I don't understand that.
It's we make the rules up every day as we go.
Are you voting today?
No, No, I just said I voted yesterday,
No.
dummy.
Okay. You're participating.
No. It's a false game.
I won.
Did you?
Gio blames everything else. He also put out a picture
Oh,
of the
don't pretend you didn't throw a fit yesterday.
He put out a picture of the referee wearing Kansas City Chiefs colors and stuff. Man, they're all against me.
I mean, they did miss a call at the end.
Yeah, come on.
No, they
Face
miss
mask.
calls all the time.
Yeah, but they specifically do it against the Chiefs.
I think it's the NFL across the board.
Yeah, they want the Chiefs to be in the Super Bowl again because nobody's had a three-peat, so they want to do it. Yeah. No, I get it.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Good morning. Who is this?
Sean.
How you doing, Sean?
Good. How you doing this morning?
Did you vote yet?
Very nice.
Not yet. Going to do it after work today.
All right. You want to tell us who you're voting for?
Oh, my God.
I'm just going to wing it. I think I'm going to wing it.
Wait,
You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait till you get there and then just decide.
I like it.
Yep.
He's going to spin around 3 times and then just...
whoever.
Does he know any of the candidates?
Yeah, wherever the dot lands, huh, Sean?
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold. Carmen's gonna give you a prize. I don't know what it's gonna be. She might just wing it and give you something.
His vote counts.
Yeah, just as much as yours now.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, buddy. There you go. Well, Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, civil duty, coin flip, and red on the head.
Youth at duty.
Duty.
Galvin's got your news. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and do that next. It is the Mike Calta Show on Election Day on 102.5 The Bone. A lot of people are going to do like that other guy and just wing it today, I think.
Tomorrow.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
What do you prefer? Somebody like me who does not vote or somebody who goes in and wings it?
Same.
Same? Cancel that? Same?
It's the same because that guy, no matter who he voted for, it doesn't matter. He's going to vote for somebody, and you not voting at all is the same thing. It's just that it's both throwing away votes, you know.
It is crazy to me when you see like the percentage of turnout and it's barely usually 50%.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people like Galvin don't believe in the system. They don't believe that their vote counts.
Yeah, I totally don't. I think that's all predetermined. By the way, can I tell you something? We talked about it a little bit.
So who's determining it and who's going to win?
The rich. The rich people. And then, I don't know.
Like how many refrigerator rich?
Like 50.
I mean,
Nobody's even asked me, Carmen.
Campaign
I was going to say
contributor rich.
we can't count the refrigerators. We're counting their houses at this point.
By the way, can I tell you how rich? So rich, they don't even have to ask how many refrigerators.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. They don't know how many refrigerators.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't know.
They got 50 houses.
It's well.
Because they go, how many refrigerators do you have? And they go, I don't know, 50. And they go, you realize you have 4 other houses that have 20 each in there. So that's like 80 right there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But what I was going to say is we touched on it yesterday a little bit is I watched some more clips of Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live's pretty funny
It was
lately.
funny. It was very funny.
The girl that did on Weekend Update, she did Reba McEntire.
Yeah, that was good.
That was hilarious.
That was really good, yeah.
I mean, that was really good. There was a lot of funny stuff on there.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live was really good this weekend. I think John Mulaney brings that out. Kind of Nate Bargatze brings that out. You bring somebody funny on the show, and they want to do so many more funny things.
Yeah, and then I saw the skit with Tim Kaine coming out.
Yeah.
What's my name and all that stuff that you tweeted out. Also, speaking of Nate, I saw he got a movie deal.
Oh,
he has
good.
a movie that he is going to star in, and he's co-writing. No idea what the plot is or any stuff, but
I hope it's a rom-com.
Oh, maybe.
What did I watch last night? I can't remember.
Probably Monday Night Football.
I did. I watched Monday Night Football, and then I went over to Seinfeld to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching clips on YouTube, so I saw Saturday Night Live, and then there was a clip of Breaking Bad. So I was like, you know what? Let's revisit. So
Time to watch it again.
I just went to random. I went to like season 2, episode whatever, and just put it on there. That is such a good show.
Can I tell you though, Galvin, since you mentioned that movie, Am I Racist?
Yeah.
That is.
You found out you're racist?
Sorry, Ted.
Yeah. No, that is every other thing when I'm scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every other post,
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Yeah, it's big right now though because of the election and stuff.
But also, if you say it, it's in
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Thank you for that.
We have an interesting situation.
Okay.
Oh, the phone lines are lighting up. Did Gio curse again?
No.
Jeez, come on, man.
Bye.
We have an empty seat on this show. One that I don't know that we're necessarily going to fill, yes or no, but there was a series of layoffs yesterday
Oh.
in the Tampa Bay area. I will go over who was fired. You tell me who we should hire. John Momola.
Well,
do you know who he is?
I've heard of him.
Doesn't sound
You
like
have?
Yeah.
He was the program director of WFLA and WDAE
I believe for a while.
since 2011.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long to fire that guy? Both those stations stink. Jay Reacher and Zach Blobner
Yes.
are out as host of J and Z from 12 to 3. So what will they put on from 12 to 3?
I don't know.
Come on, Gio.
Do you put on like a Rich Eisen or something? Probably something like that.
That's a good show.
Dan Patrick.
I think Dan Patrick's on already.
Rich Eisen's good.
I like Rich Eisen. I'll tell you what. If I was a sports director, I would put Pat McAfee on everything.
Yeah.
I would just be a 24-hour a day Pat McAfee channel because no matter what time you tune in on that show, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, no, those guys.
Did you see him talking about? He was talking to Watt about blocking and doing stuff, whatever, and he said you got to get up under and swim and do the arm, whatever. And he goes, "Yeah, if I was doing it," he goes, "I think I'd get like something mounted to the wall there." And he goes, "You can get up underneath." He goes, and then the other guys are kicking in. They're like something rubber that would move back and forth. He goes, "Yeah," and then he's doing it. He's like, "You got to get up under there," and he goes, "Don't let it hit your head. You got to get your head under." It was hilarious.
Frank, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Mike, good morning. Love you guys. I'm just upset with Galvin, who I love also. I just don't get why he said he doesn't vote. And I take it where if you don't vote, then don't cry or bitch about something
Do you
later
hear me
on.
crying and bitching about it? Do you hear me crying and bitching about
It's
it?
true. He doesn't cry and bitch much about
And
it.
if I do cry and bitch about it, let me ask you something. What makes you an expert just because you vote?
Well, then at least I can cry either way. You don't have a vote, so you shouldn't have to have any say in anything. That's the way I look at it.
In anything,
I
would agree with you. No. I would agree with you with any politics or stuff. And if you hear that, you can call me up and call me an idiot for not voting and doing that. But as far as anything goes, that's ridiculous. Do you have any kind of financial degree or anything like that?
No.
Do you ever argue with your wife about money? Shut up.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Who
You just got lawyered.
Who you voting for, Frank?
Trump.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I just want to see, I mean, I know people don't like to talk about it, but I'm just trying to do my little informal poll. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate the call.
Do you think we'll encounter any Harris voters?
Yeah, I was going to say.
On the show?
Yeah.
I think it's the same effect like I was saying about Trump the other day. I think there are some listeners of ours who are voting for Harris who are afraid to say it.
Yeah.
I will say yesterday when I was taking phone calls, because I am trying, my best to screen them, we did have one. Harris,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Everyone else was Trump, and then we had
But,
that.
there's a small percentage of our listening audience that actually calls into the show.
Right.
And that smaller percentage that took the time to call and say Harris,
Very rude for Carmen to say dumb bitch and hang up on her.
I did not.
Carmen.
That was rude.
It was,
Why would you do that?
And why
It was
are you
actually-
suppressing? You're suppressing those phone calls.
I did not. I put it up on the board, and it was actually a man. I remember this so
That's
sucking.
weird.
I'm pretty-
Whoa.
That's why you called him a bitch.
Yep.
No, I did not. I put him up there.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Tonight I will be hosting an election show along with, I'm going to say the names. You tell me who they voted for.
Okay.
Who did I vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Drew.
Harris.
John.
Harris.
Mo.
Harris.
No, Mo went, what's his name?
Trump?
Cornell West.
Right? They got the same hair.
Yeah.
And Spike.
Twice.
Oh,
Harris.
Spike actually voted for Obama again.
Oh, that's probably true.
Oh, yeah. Spike hates Trump.
He hates Trump. He hates Trump.
Unapologetic.
Johnny B.
Trump.
So it's somewhat even tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
And I think you're wrong about John Senning
Oh, really?
with
Trump
Harris.
guy?
Yeah, I think. I can't say for sure.
I got to be honest with you. Now that you say that, Carmen.
When you listen to him, he doesn't really put it out there. You know what I mean? But he
Right.
also does not agree with a lot0 stuff.
All right. I got to talk to him about the weed thing, too.
Yeah, but I don't know. So.
All right.
Interesting.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Go ahead, sir. Come on.
So, what's up with you guys?
This is not a chat line.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I wanted to just weigh in, if I could, on the open slot that you guys have. I know my opinion doesn't mean much, but
listen, your opinion means a lot to us. You're the listener. What do you think?
Well, I listen every day for years since you guys were on in the afternoon, and I thought it was gonna, be bad without Spanish, just because of the whole dynamic of you guys making fun of him and all the time, and that stuff is really funny. But honestly, I think it's been better without him, and I don't think you guys need anybody. I think the show's perfect the way it is right now.
I was thinking about thank you. First of all, your opinion definitely counts, and it's also we always have Joe to make fun of, so there'll always be somebody to make fun of.
I like that guy's opinion.
Yeah, I it seems to be humming very well. I think it's going good. I wouldn't say we'd rush to fill the seat right now. There's really no need for it. But I was trying to think about another woman coming in. How many shows have two women on the show?
It's not gonna like
tight.
Younger and tighter?
Well, I didn't say that necessarily.
Yeah.
I just thought.
Then you go to one woman.
I thought.
Oh, really?
Oh,
If we get younger and tighter, you're out?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, wow. Why?
Yeah. Bye.
Ooh. I don't want that.
No.
Oh, Cubicle Carmen that's Cubicle Carmen talking.
Yeah, listen, I make more money over there, so if you're going to take away my responsibilities here
Your
and my
responsibilities to be hot and tight?
in my position here, then bye.
Who took away your position?
Yeah, your position is not young and tight.
That's a completely foreign position.
You're a failing.
You know what?
Wait till your end of the year review.
That's something we're adding.
Wait, what position do you think would be taking away? I'm just saying, wouldn't it be nice to have a gender equal show that there's 4 guys and 2 girls?
Would it be?
What a
Because
hodgepodge.
that's not how it would happen. That's not what would happen.
You don't
with
think you could
guys.
do a show here with you and JoJo?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not what you just said. That's not who you
I
said you
didn't
were
say
trying to hire.
I didn't say that.
What,
Somebody Galvin asked if it would
JoJo's
be...
not younger and tighter than you?
She's older than me.
Oh.
That's not a bad thing. That's literally just math. That's science. I don't know. Science. I'm pretty sure that's what that would be under.
Now?
Yes, I am. Actually,
Little college, look at you.
my degree is in science.
Listen, when we hire young, tight heat, she obviously goes over here,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I got something to look at.
Move the chair over.
Yeah, see?
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, so it's election day. I just want to know, why are you guys, who are you voting for?
Yeah, I think we've already established that.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Mike Calta Show, good morning. That the same guy who just wanted to talk and say hi
Probably.
before? Yeah.
See, this is your fault.
Mike Calta Show, hello.
This is what you get.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm just wanting to say I'm voting for Harris.
Okay, good.
Save the funny voices for
No,
another show.
we're going to get good calls out of this.
Real quick.
Yeah.
We just
we're
need to
not.
pass over that Carmen is making more money at her other job.
That I'm only working part-time hours.
Are you really?
Yeah, my check from over there is bigger than the check I make here.
Hell yeah.
Wow. So
And
why
I'm-
would you stay here?
Yeah.
And I'm missing out on 4 hours of work.
Yeah, why? So why would you stay here?
Okay, I'll leave.
No, I
wait,
didn't say
Carmen.
Bye.
We're not saying we want you to leave.
Don't
We're
say it like you're
asking-
doing me a favor.
We're asking financially.
Yeah.
Talk to that other guy who argues with his wife about money. Financially, it would make more sense for you to take that job then.
Right. It was.
We don't want you to go.
But again, it is storm season, so that is not.
okay, so
that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it would be the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
So until we get to that part, I'm gonna be working 2 jobs and just
That's
be very
why-
cranky.
If we hired Anna and put her in here in that spot, and then if Carmen leaves, we've got a backup her.
I thought we were going young and hot.
Yeah. And talented.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
Mike Calta Show.
You say the worst people, man.
See? Yeah. That's who you have in
So
charge.
seriously, I went JoJo first. Okay. Hello. Good morning. I like JoJo.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone is against that.
Got quiet.
You know what JoJo would tell you? Stop taking phone calls. These
Nope.
people
Yeah,
don't know how phones
exactly.
work.
It doesn't-
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to know in a federal presidential election if
the Electoral College is the one who decides the president, why does the popular vote matter so much?
Exactly.
Because they base it on the popular vote. The electoral votes go based on the popular vote.
Do they?
Yes.
Are they
Bernie
supposed to?
That. Bernie Sanders disproved that in his primary against Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's a corrupt Democratic Party. So don't put that on the Electoral College.
And then also, so this is my other question: if not a single American citizen voted, would there be an election? Would we have an outcome?
Yes.
There you go. Our votes don't count.
Just got lawyered.
I mean, that's it. That's all you need to know.
I hope the new girl's dumb.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mike.
All right. Sorry.
Love the show.
Thank you. What's happening?
Yeah, I was voting for Harris.
Okay. Good luck to you. Time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. One thing we can all agree on, Pelt Shoes is fantastic. Pelt has 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. I got to stop in there. I need some new shoes. I told that to my wife the other day. I go, hey, you know what you can get me for my birthday? More shoes.
What are you throwing out hints already for Christmas?
Well,
your
for
birthday.
My birthday's coming up, yeah. So, yeah, Pelt has everything you're looking for, whatever style, whatever brand that you need. They have Nikes, they have Hey Dudes, they have the UFOS recovery sandals that I love.
Yeah.
They have them all right there in stock, ready to go for you. So, if you need some new shoes, stop at Pelt's today. Make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you. So, of course, we've been talking about it. Today is Election Day in Tampa Bay. Of course, most voters across the region and nation are focused on the presidential election, pitting Vice President Kamala Harris against former President Donald Trump. But there are several other important races impacting local residents. In addition to statewide Senate race, there are multiple races for local representatives. Also, voters will decide school board members, judges, state attorney, and decide on key statewide amendments. Hillsborough County voters will be tasked with the future of a key community tax and referendum to pay for teachers' raises, which is important to Gio, his wife, of course, being a teacher. Despite a busy early voting period, millions will still be headed to the polls today to vote in person. Polls on Election Day are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. local time.
Well, you guys are so negative about voting. I don't even want to take my vote back.
The down the ballot stuff is way more important, in my opinion, than president.
Sure, the local stuff.
Yeah, because that stuff is going to directly impact you immediately.
Yep.
Whereas federal is like,
More
long-term.
community than. Yeah.
And not only does that affect Gio's wife, it also affects Chad.
Oh, that's
now
right.
That he's a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, don't forget Chatty Daddy.
It's a half.
There's a lot of school superintendent positions that are opening up that need to be voted on.
Is your wife trying to be superintendent?
No.
We could probably get her elected.
Yeah, we
Probably,
could.
Yeah. Those things are important. Of course, you got the abortion situation. You've got the marijuana situation. You got a lot of things that I'm so glad will go away after tomorrow. I'm sick of seeing the commercial about the poor 10-year-old girl that got raped.
Oh,
and
yeah.
couldn't get an abortion. I mean, it's heartbreaking every time.
I'm sick and tired of hearing the guy who looks like Penn Jillette
with the shaved sides on his head.
With the big gauged earrings. It's more important than just that. All right.
I don't want you smoking in a restaurant. Ew.
Yeah. I go to the park and my kids are going to smell your pot.
Imagine 70,000 people in the stadium smoking pot.
Yeah. So here's a question for you. Should Election Day be a federal holiday?
No.
Yes.
No, you're allowed to vote early. You're allowed to absentee vote. You're allowed to vote. There's plenty of options to vote. Just don't be lazy.
I say yes.
Yes? Joe?
I say no.
Oh, well, there's a vote right there. 70% of Americans say yes, it should be a federal holiday.
Because they're lazy.
Only 15% say no, and another 15% aren't sure. So they're going to be...
It took me 15 minutes to vote.
Yeah.
15 minutes. You need a whole day for that?
Yeah, you got lucky.
It took you 15 minutes because think about when we get out of work at 10 o'clock. Not a lot of people have that accessibility.
Yeah, but
people that go to work and then you have to go wait. So you have to go to work for 8 hours a day and then you have to go wait in line for an hour and a half.
Oh, you don't have to worry.
I drove
Especially
by
if you early vote. You could absentee vote. You could do it by mail.
Over there in Land O'Lakes, every day of early voting, I would drive by like around 6 o'clock and it was line out the door.
Right.
Over an hour wait.
So vote by mail.
Yeah.
No,
Does it
there's
count?
plenty of other options for you to do it. It's a joke to say that you should have a whole holiday of it. If you're an employer, you should give your folks a little extra time to go vote, whether it be at their lunchtime or let them go a little bit early. That would be nice, but you don't need a whole day.
A lot of people don't have time to vote. They say though.
Yeah.
Ian said he didn't have time.
Right.
What is he doing?
He said he tried to go early vote, and the line was too long, and he doesn't have time to go back.
And there's a lot of people like that.
Typical Canadian.
Oh.
How about this? According to a new poll, fictional characters like TV characters, movie characters, who would they vote for? They have a few different ones. Liz Lemon from 30 Rock, Tina Fey.
I would imagine she's a her kind of girl.
Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec.
Nope.
No. Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Oh, he's definitely Kamala Harris.
You think so?
Yeah.
What about Olivia Benson from Law and Order, SVU?
She's Trump all day.
She's Trump?
Yeah.
They say all would vote for Kamala.
Oh,
that's what they say. What about then Tony Stark, Tony Soprano, and Walter White?
I'm pretty sure they'd all be Trump.
Yeah, they're all. They say they would all be Trump supporters. And speaking of celebrity endorsement, Joe Rogan has endorsed Donald Trump for president.
Well, then I'm voting for Trump too.
He tweeted out his endorsement on Monday night after posting a full-length clip of the latest episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, which features a conversation with billionaire Elon Musk. Joe said, quote, "The great and powerful Elon Musk. If it wasn't for him, we'd be effed. He makes what I think is the most compelling case for Trump you'll hear, and I agree with him every step of the way. For the record, yes, that's an endorsement for Trump. Enjoy the podcast."
Yeah, everybody was flipping out.
How about that?
Rogan and the guy from News Radio. Endorsed.
Fear Factor.
Oh, I just spit all over the place.
The guy who stole the job from Ray Romano.
The guy who made girls drink horse semen on NBC.
Yeah.
Is
now
the guy
he's an
endorsing.
authority.
Do you know that Ray Romano had that job on News Radio up until like the day before they were filming or doing whatever?
I think it worked out for him.
Well, it did, but then because Joe clarified it, he goes, people always say that. He goes, Ray did have that. He goes, but then they hired someone else, and then they hired me.
Oh, wow.
So there was somebody else in between, whatever, who knows what that's.
Brian Cranston.
Yeah, but Ray Romano did okay. Yeah.
I've said the whole time there's no way I'd vote for Trump unless Joe Rogan does.
Oh, yeah.
So now, there you go.
There you go. I'm still waiting.
Right at the last minute, they got me.
All I think about is Elon Musk and Joe Rogan with those big fat joints, and I'm like, these are the two guys that were
Super
basing
rich.
everything on.
Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs continued to be NFL's only undefeated team this season. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last night in overtime in a great game. Here is the final call during the rainy night at KC.
No.
Here is Hunt for the touchdown. Kansas City remains unbeaten.
We could not
8-0
We could
in
not
a win in
stop
overtime.
Hunt at all.
No.
We cannot stop that run at all. Our defense stinks. Our defense our I don't know enough about football. Whose fault is that? The to be able to stop the run.
I mean,
the
there's
line.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of injuries right now. I think that played a part into it.
But I mean, for a guy who's got a defensive coordinator for a head coach.
Yeah, they did sack Mahomes like 4 times.
Vita Vea.
Vita Vea is unbelievable. Should they have gone for 2? Should the Bucs have gone for 2?
I say yes.
Close the door.
Yes.
Troy Aikman made a really good point last night. He said, I think when you have them on their heels like that, you go for 2. And you get
Baker Mayfield's just in the groove. He was going.
Right, because they were even doing that. And when it comes into play about the referees and stuff, is, the Bucs are driving and doing well. And then they're like, hold on, this, and you totally break that momentum.
Yeah. There was a face mask called on Tristan Wirfs, which they showed the replay. He grabs the pad, not the face mask. Yeah. That killed one of the Bucs drives, and then all the momentum went out of the stadium. But still, you're the underdog. You're on the road against Patrick Mahomes, the defending Super Bowl champions.
And what happens if you don't? I mean,
go. I say you go for 2.
Go for 2. It would have been
you're in
so
that spot,
great.
just go for it.
Yeah, go for it and own it if it doesn't happen. Say, listen, we scored a touchdown. We went for 2. We tried to close the door against a guy who is known for comebacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Todd Bowles did that, I think everyone would have been fine with it.
And I watched Todd Bowles' post-game press conference, and he was like, "Oh, well, because the weather conditions and stuff." I'm like, that makes no sense at all because you're still
playing the whole game.
Yeah, you're kicking the extra point in the same weather conditions, and then you're going to go play in overtime in the same conditions.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, and it would be nice to see him have some balls and go for it. I think Baker Baker's that guy too. They're big play guys.
Give Baker the chance to go give your guy the chance to go make an effing play to win the game.
Yeah. So the final score was 30-24. KC won, but Bucks did really well as far as coming close to winning that game when nobody thought they were going to win.
And they had there's names popping up that you haven't heard all season. There's Kate Odden's totally stepping up to the plate. Sure. I mean, it was we got 3 different running backs that they're actually using the right way.
And they found out right at game time that McMillan wasn't even going to play the wide receiver. So he's down his top 3 wide receivers. Right. He's playing practice squad guys.
Well, I think it was the first half he had 1 throw to wide receiver.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Baker the first quarter whenever he almost threw that interception? His face, they panned him and he goes, "Oh." It was like a bunch of
much fun.
It's like a bunch of buddies just playing football and they're like, "Oh, that was close." Whoops.
There was nobody in that stadium, including I think Baker Mayfield, that thought that the Chiefs were not going to go down the field and score once they won the coin toss.
Yeah.
As soon as he called their tails, he just goes, "Oh yeah." It's like he knew.
Oh, great game. It was great to watch. Yeah. It was great for Monday Night Football. It was great to see the Bucks do as well as they did against Kansas City. Taylor Swift not looking so great,
right?
I don't know what she did with her hair.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to say anything derogatory because I like her. I do. I like her, and I think she's very talented, and I think she has to put up with so much BS and stuff. But if we're gonna say it, she's looking like a man. She's like she seems big.
Crazy.
Yeah. The Swifties are gonna kill you.
She seems big.
Oh,
like
what?
Really
pregnant?
No, but she's like tall, but now she's like filling out more.
Oh, this is Galvin saying this.
Yeah, I'm out. No, I do not agree with this. I think she's gorgeous.
I didn't say she's not gorgeous. She just didn't look good last night.
Yeah, she's tired. She's been on a world tour.
But I mean, if you asked me if she would have just put her hair back in a ponytail, it would have looked better.
Her and Pink could not tour together.
No, stage can't handle that.
I'm just letting you know.
Do you guys want to do a little update because we were undecided? So obviously we had different winners.
Right.
So Mike, Galvin, and myself, we ended up being the winners.
Yay! All right. So where's that put the whole standings now?
For the whole standings, still in last place, but with 1 win and 2 losses. Mike Calta,
all right,
with 2 wins, 1 loss. Martine, Ian, and myself. And here's where the big difference comes in. In 3rd place with 3 wins, 2 losses, Gio. In 2nd place with 3 wins, 1 loss, Pat.
Oh man!
And right now, our leader with 3 wins, 0 losses.
He brings up
Galvin.
All right.
Suck on that, Joe.
A big change in standing.
I'm ahead of you. That's all that matters.
No, you wanted to be. You thought you were going to win the whole damn thing.
I don't care.
He's been counting his money.
It's early. It's early.
Yeah.
In week 9, I took down week 60. How you like that? How you like that?
You suck.
That's a burn on you.
Jasmine, good morning. You're on the Mike Calta Show.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good. What's happening?
Tight.
I was just calling in. I heard that maybe you guys are doing an open casting call. I don't want to take anybody's job, but I'd love to compliment it.
Oh, no. We need you to be, listen, if you're going to come here, prepare to take over. What? How old of a girl are you? All the things I can't ask in a real interview.
I'm 30. I'm a redhead. I have 3 sons. Love acting. I'm writing. Went to school for business management and marketing. So,
she sounds really smart.
Way overqualified.
I don't
overqualified.
Yeah, a smart woman in here.
Plus, you got to take care of your kids.
Probably need to see some pictures.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you had an Instagram or something.
Yes, I do. You can follow me.
You don't want all these creeps following you. Hold on, I'm gonna put you on hold.
Give
it the Carmen. What's that, Carmen?
Yeah, just
maybe she does.
No,
no. Yeah.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
Let's not have everybody.
Have you ever done an OnlyFans?
No OnlyFans.
That doesn't disqualify.
I'm gonna put you on hold. Give Carmen your Instagram. We'll make an educated decision based on how you look.
She's way too smart.
There was quite the pause there before the Instagram, the OnlyFans rather.
Yeah, we really have to have. If it was somebody to be here in the room with us all the time, it's gotta be somebody we really like.
I don't want a smart woman.
Not a smart woman. JoJo would be here. She'd be perfect. Just the right amount of dumb.
Because she's not smart.
Yeah,
The right amount of
JoJo
dumb.
Just the right amount of dumb.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. I mean, not just her. We all have the right amount.
She's not a walking encyclopedia or anything, but it's not like you can't have a conversation with her. She doesn't drool when she talks.
I often thought of her as a walking encyclopedia, but I stand corrected.
So sticking with football, ahead of Monday's bonus practice after their bye, the 49ers will open running back Christian McCaffrey's 21-day practice window in preparation for his return from IR, just in time to play.
Hey, let's go Tampa Bay.
The Buccaneers. 49ers at the Buccaneers happens on Sunday at 1 p.m. There will be a tailgate starting at 10 a.m. McCaffrey won't officially be activated off IR until Saturday at the earliest. So
we do so well against the run. So
is he good? Has he been known for being
If we can win that, go into the bye week 5-5, we're good. That's what I'm hoping for.
Stretch out that season.
I'm going to the game this week.
You are?
Nice. Yeah.
Why don't you come by the tailgate? I know somebody.
I probably will come by the tailgate.
What made you go to this game?
I got invited to a suite.
Oh!
Cancel Martine.
No, it wasn't Martine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whose suite did you get invited to?
I know people.
So why can't you just tell me?
I'm a very popular person.
I don't disagree with that.
They said don't tell Mike.
Oh, well.
No, that's not true. No, yeah, I got invited to a suite, so I'm going to take the person up on their offer.
Whose suite did you get invited to?
Somebody.
Why is it a secret?
It's not really a secret.
It sounds like
Then why won't you answer the question?
Because I feel like you want to go.
I don't want to go.
I mean,
I was not invited.
Does the suite belong to a former player?
No. Belongs to this person's company. And they said,
do I know this person?
Yes. Everybody knows this person. And when they told me, hey, you want to go to the suite on Sunday, I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm in.
So why won't you tell us who it is?
They said, can we come by the tailgate? I said, of course, come by the tailgate.
Who is it? I'll put them on the list.
You put them on the list?
Yeah.
Rough Shot Todd.
I knew it.
He's out.
I knew it.
Rough Shot Todd cannot come
How about that?
Cannot come in the tailgate.
Coming through with the suite.
Yeah, Rough Shot Todd invited me to the suite.
Nice.
So I'm going.
What does he do for a living?
He's a web designer.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
He does like e-commerce websites for a pretty big company.
Good for him.
I told you I was also invited to a suite, not for a football game, but for a concert.
No.
Yeah. I was invited
For
to
what
a suite
concert?
as well. Nothing you want to go to, but it's over at Janice. Crowbot.
Oh, I like Crowbot.
Yeah. Crowbot's playing. The guy texted me and said, hey, man, he goes, I know you're a fan, and we got this whole suite. We got all the food and everything. And he goes,
Very nice.
yeah, come and hang out.
If you want, I can put in a word. Maybe he'll let you in.
I would rather not go to a game than have to hang out with Rough Shot Todd in a suite. But not only do I have to go to the game with him, but I'm trapped in a room with that idiot for 3 hours. No thanks.
It's going to be a great time. He's excited to come to the tailgate.
I bet he is. No, he's not going to the tailgate. No.
Of course.
We don't serve ice cream at the tailgate.
Come on.
You don't know what they have this week.
That's true. They may have ice cream.
By the way, Carmen, priorities. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I couldn't find her Instagram. It was private, so I had to give her my phone number.
Oh my God. Give us her phone number.
I think Carmen's trying to shut it down.
Yeah.
Sabotage.
I just sent it.
Saboteur.
Jasmine, by the way, Jasmine, happy.
Don't look yet.
Okay. Happy National Redhead Day.
Oh.
Today is Redhead Day.
I do love redheads, man.
Only around 2 to 6% of the U.S. population is redhead.
I love redheads. I really do.
Can we look yet or what?
It's that 90-10 rule, though.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. I forgot that she was redhead. We already knew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very attractive.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You have made it past the first round of interview.
Yeah.
All right.
That won't be distracting at all.
No. Theater kid, filmmaker.
Yeah, she said that she's an actress and
All right.
whatnot.
She's still on line 1, by the way.
Oh.
So if you wanted to talk to her,
I mean, we're all talking about you. I didn't know you were still there. I'm sorry. But you're very pretty. Very pretty.
Oh, thank you very much. Very honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I don't know. Well, we're going to keep your information. I don't know what we're doing in that chair yet, but certainly would entertain the idea of having another woman.
Absolutely. I'd love that. I'd love to give you guys my contact info and love to hear from you again.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab that info. Man, make it. How bad is that? Carmen, take her info. Oh.
I'm not noticing any body shots on the end. All
right.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just something I noticed.
I didn't even
Just
I mean, we'll have to.
As long as she's sitting in that chair, I don't care.
Okay. Someone asked the internet, what trend died so fast that you don't even know whether you call it a trend? You know what I mean? Like, what was something that came and went, and you're like, oh, remember that? That was a thing for a little bit.
Fidget spinners.
Fidget spinners? Yeah, that came and went pretty quick. Let me see if they have that on here.
That actually lasted for a little while.
Did it?
Yeah.
My kids were crazy
I spent
about
some money on those things.
so did I.
No, yeah, that's not on here. I can tell you.
Yeah.
Live Strong bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
They came and went pretty quick.
I think the whole cheating thing shut that down.
Cheating really shut it down very fast. What about Google Glass?
Yeah, remember I wanted to buy those one day.
Yeah. They were super expensive, weren't they?
They were cool looking, though. They were glasses, you know.
We talked about this before, how, thank God, none of us bought any of these. NFTs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
NFT. How do you not have an NFT? You're an idiot. And then they're gone the next week. And, hey, how much did you pay for that monkey picture, you idiot? Oh, no, but I own it. Okay, can I screenshot it?
Right. I never understood it. I didn't understand. I tried to figure it out, too, because I thought I was missing out on something.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't make any sense at all. Let's see some of the other ones. Segways. Thought Segways were going to be like the next week. We thought cities were going to be run on Segways.
Yes. I don't understand why Segways didn't become more. Why they didn't become something else, especially in big cities.
I mean, they did, hoverboards kind of came along and did that, whatever.
Right now, the electric scooters are big. Well, go over at USF, I see kids all on the electric scooters.
Yeah, but I mean, the Segway was safer, and the Segway was designed where you couldn't fall off it. It was gyroscopes. It was balanced, and it didn't. And they were so cool. You could stand on. And then they made the rough terrain ones, and then nobody used them anymore.
Every once in a while, you see like the Segway tour people downtown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, security guards have them. You know, they're around, but I mean, they should be way more popular.
Like, what about planking? Remember, planking was the thing for a little while.
Yeah,
I was big into that.
Also, T-bowing. Remember T-bowing? The kneeling down doing the thing? Yeah, that was a thing for a little while. Going way back a little bit, crisscross, the backwards close.
Jump.
Some people wore that for a while. They were like, oh, backwards close. What about flash mobs? Flash mobs were a thing for a minute.
Flash mobs, I liked flash mobs. I didn't want to be a part of one, but when one was done successfully, it was pretty good. Like when it was done on a big level.
Yeah, but it was always funny because they would film it and they would show people that were just amazed by it. Like if I saw one, I'd go, "Oh, flash mob,"
right?
And then just
but they had the ones like in the train station that had had like 300 people involved.
They did the whole Thriller thing and everything and all that stuff. This was huge and then just disappeared. Gangnam Style.
Oh. Dude, still one of the best songs ever.
But just disappeared. Like it was everywhere, gone.
Yeah, because songs run their course.
I think that guy is still super famous.
Yeah.
He still performs in that song and it goes insane.
Like stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it will shake a stadium.
And he's got other songs too. We only know this one.
Right.
Open Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Sigh.
It was big for a while.
Yeah.
That makes me think of What Does the Fox Say?
Oh, yeah.
That was like a big one for a while.
Yeah. I didn't get that when that came out. I was like, I don't understand this.
What about mustaches on everything? Remember for a while there's mustaches on everything and people were doing tattoo
Finger mustaches,
all that. Yeah. It was like, now you have a mustache. You're like, oh, yeah, I remember that for 2 weeks, you idiot. When the poo emoji was on everything, clothes and toys and everything, they put it everywhere.
Poo swept the nation.
Yeah, and then we're like, it's poo. Maybe that's not a great idea. What about, remember back in the 90s when kids were walking around with pacifiers?
Oh yeah.
Like
no.
teens.
Yeah, that was a raver thing.
Yeah.
What was it, Joe?
It was a raver thing.
Ecstasy.
Yeah, if you were on X, you would have it would either
Pacifier.
be a pacifier, either a blow pop. They used to use those too.
When I was in high school, I remember there was a time where people were doing that, and then the school like outlawed the pacifiers.
Yeah,
which
hilarious.
was insane.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. How about this? You said you've been watching The Voice. Would you like some mega mentors? So they have mentors that come on, and they're obviously successful in the music business.
Right.
And stuff. Who would you think would be a mega mentor?
Well, like Quincy Jones would have been a mega mentor.
Yeah.
One of the mega mentors are dead.
I'll tell you two that they're going to have on.
Garth
You tell
Brooks.
me whether that would be mega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey would be mega. She's a superstar.
You give me the name, I'll tell you if they're a mentor or a mega mentor.
Sting.
Mega mentor.
Mega.
Yeah.
Mega. Great songwriter, very successful band and solo career.
Yep.
10-time world champion.
What about this?
Oh no, wrong thing.
Oh no. Jennifer Hudson.
Mentor.
I would say mentor.
Yeah, not mega mentor.
Really good because she was on a show that she became popular from and doing that and stuff, but she's not like
borderline though. Oscar winner, Grammy winner.
It's different stuff though. You know what I mean? Like if she had what's her hit song?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm with you. Mentor, not mega
regular mentor. Who would you throw on there if you could get mega mentor? Who would you throw on as a mega mentor? I have one.
Okay.
Lady Gaga.
Mega mentor. Mega. Who?
I would say Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, mega.
For sure.
Mega.
She may be
top.
Mega.
Alpha mega.
Yeah. Who would be? I'm trying to think of somebody that's not necessarily a singer.
Oh, but in the music biz.
In the music biz.
Like a Rick Rubin or something?
Rick Rubin would be a mega mentor.
What's his name? The guy from
Beats.
Harvey Weinstein.
What's his name?
Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah.
I think they've had him on one of those shows before, though.
Maybe.
Mega mentor.
Yeah, mega mentor.
I feel like he was on American Idol for a season or something.
Interesting.
Could be. Yeah. So I think Sting, that's huge.
What about like a Dr. Dre?
Dr. Dre?
Mentor.
Yeah. Oh, really? Not mega.
No.
For that
Eminem?
For that genre?
Yeah.
Eminem mega. Yeah, Dr. Dre is good.
I think you forgot about Dre.
Mega.
Oh no.
You may have.
Wait.
Did you accidentally forget about
Maybe
him?
I did.
Yeah. Mega.
I mean,
You gotta stop saying that.
Mega?
It's gonna.
What?
I don't know.
what?
What?
It just sounds like something else.
Oh.
That's because you're racist, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about that.
No, it's exactly
I was saying
what-
Mecca.
Yeah.
The
You were-
Muslims pray towards it.
I saw
Oh,
you
yeah.
putting your makeup on.
I would have said Diddy before, you know.
Sure.
Oh my God! Did you
don't
see
sit,
Diddy?
no Diddy.
Did you see the Diddy video yesterday?
Diddy birthday?
It was Diddy's birthday, and his
Yeah.
daughter was singing "Happy Birthday" to him in jail.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I wonder who's running Diddy's account now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of Trump and Diddy pictures yesterday, too.
Of course.
That last push.
Well,
before the
no,
election.
If Epstein ain't ruined the election, Diddy ain't ruined it.
That's crazy.
I was going to say, have you seen the celebrities that came out for Harris that were pictured with Diddy?
Oh, yeah.
Of
Well, Jennifer
Yeah.
Lopez.
Yeah. But I mean, there's all of them like Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
You know, the list goes on and on. Basically, every celebrity that came out had a picture with Diddy. But again, they're all celebrities.
Yeah.
Of course,
No.
they
Yeah.
have pictures with each other.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I mean? Like people are really reaching.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I was
Like,
watching a little bit of the Harris concert that they had over the weekend, and John Bon Jovi was out there stumping for her. John Bon Jovi is a hypocrite. He's out there stumping for her because he's always been in line with the Democratic Party. I shouldn't say he's a hypocrite, but he hates Trump. You know why he hates Trump?
Because of the football?
He was trying to buy the Buffalo Bills, I believe John was, and Trump was trying to buy a team at the same time. So Trump put out a publicity campaign that John, if he bought the Bills, he was going to move the Bills somewhere else, and they voted against him. And I just thought that was genius on Trump's part.
Right.
He couldn't get it. He wanted to block John. He did block John from getting it. So John's so mad at Trump now. He's doing anything he can. He'll be out there. He can't even sing anymore. He's out there.
That's so funny. We talked, of course, today's election day. There are some different specials and deals and discounts for you.
Oh, good.
I know you get mad at them, but Krispy Kreme will give out a free donut while supplies last at participating shops today.
You want that old stale donut? Go
you
get
just
it.
wear the I voted sticker.
Oh,
yeah. And then
nice.
you get that. Is Fazoli's, is it still there?
It is there.
Oh, okay.
Fazoli and
is
Isles.
still there. They're doing, customers will receive $2 off signature bakes.
Oh.
Which include the baked chicken.
Chicken bake?
Parmigiano.
The chicken bake.
Chocolate cookies?
Loaded baked spaghetti, spicy baked ziti with Italian sausage, and more. So you get $2 off with the signature bakes over at Fazoli's. Dave & Buster's on Election Day have offered half-price games and $5 beers all day long.
That's nice.
Yeah, not too bad. Panda Express, actually going on through November 10th, so they're doing it for a while, has offered a family meal for $30 using the code FAMFEAST when ordering online. I don't know what that has to do with Election Day, but
I like it.
Yeah, all right. You gonna get the whole fam feast for yourself there, lady?
Listen, they're teriyaki chicken and white rice with some steamed broccoli.
Yeah.
It's a solid meal. And it's, pretty good, low in calories, high in protein, blah, 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 all that crap.
A lot of sodium. A lot of sodium.
But if you but listen, if you have to eat fast food, if you're on the road or something like that, because I follow a lot of those people that teach you how to eat on the go.
Me too.
Okay.
The sodium kind of will blow people up. You get little
balloon hands.
Too much.
Cartoon hands.
Yeah.
Uber Eats customers will receive 25% off of orders between 6 p.m. local time on Election Day and 7 a.m. on November 6th. Customers need to place a $25 minimum order to get that deal. And then Grubhub has different stuff going on, deals. Starbucks, 30% off delivery order.
What? I'm going to order that right now.
Of $20 or more.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's through Grubhub.
No.
You have to do Grubhub and this, that, whatever.
It's not hard to hit $20 at Starbucks.
Yeah, you order half.
It's like 2 drinks.
Half a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Burger Guy, Wendy's, receive a free Baconator with a purchase of $25 or more. Easy to hit $25 there too, right, Burger Guy?
I would not know.
No?
I don't go to burger places.
KFC has $7 off $25 or more delivery. Shake Shack, free smoke shake with purchase of $25 or more. Arby's, if you can find one. There's one over on Waters. 25% off an order of $25 or more. And Little Caesars, free extreme most bestest pizza with an order of $25 or more.
I did try the Little Caesars pizza cupcake things.
Yeah.
They are awesome.
What do they call them? Crazy cakes or something like that?
Crazy puffs.
They do look great.
They look great.
They taste fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're only like $4 for like 4 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go. Carmen, put that in your little gimmick and see what comes up with how good the protein and sodium is in that.
Can't be good.
Put that in your little gimmick.
I think they're low in sodium.
Yeah. Probably not. Finally, in news, we talk about this kind of stuff all the time. The Hollywood Reporter has now put out their list of what they say are the 50 best TV shows of the 21st century.
Oh, we got
so far.
We're going to take a break and come back and get into this.
I have the top 20 here. I can tell you there are shows we've talked about that are definitely in there. Some shows I've never even heard of are in there.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
And some other ones that you may want to try out.
All right.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll dive right into that. I'm going to clear these phone lines before we get out of here. Is Jasmine still on hold?
No.
I hope so.
Mike Calta Show low.
I gave you.
Hi, Mike. This is Gary. I just want to throw a little election humor at you and see if y'all kind of agree with me. These latest Kamala rallies maybe feel like I'm at a pep rally for a high school football game and not a presidential election. What's y'all's thoughts?
Please discuss.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Hey, quick question. I don't get to hear the show very often at work. What happened to putting Sporcle on the app?
Yeah,
it hasn't been on there for a while. Was that Spanish's job?
No, Carmen. What is the situation with that? Because I noticed a lot of people online complaining. Carmen, I don't know. Do you know?
Yes, I do know. And I did tell you guys when this problem happened, basically the app or the website that we used to put it up has been down. We have let the people in charge of that portion of the company know, and I have not heard anything.
And nobody can fix anything.
And I haven't heard anything for 2 weeks.
Hey, do you watch on YouTube, sir, at all?
I do. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to see if we can take those clips and put them on YouTube so that they're up there in the meantime, because I don't know, we can't seem to get our app situation done right. So I'll see if we can do that to try and make up for it, okay?
I think once it was exposed.
Awesome, very good.
Thank you.
Once it was exposed that Sporkle's a rigged game, I think that's when.
You think
that's not the only clip that goes up
People
there.
are more interested now than ever, they said.
Clip of the day, too?
Clip of everything. Clip of the day, news, Sporcle.
And how long has it been that this has been down?
About 2-3 weeks.
That's unbelievable.
What would you say you do here? Not you, Carmen.
I was gonna say I told the guy who's in charge of it, and then he asked me a couple days later, "Is it working yet?" I said, "Nope," and that was the last I heard of it. And I'm not going to keep following up.
No, it's not your responsibility.
Yeah, I told him it doesn't work, and I go to the website every day at the end of the show, like always, and it has been the same. So
I check the app every morning, and still nothing there.
Exactly. So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the people in charge know, and it's up to them to let us know when it's working again.
Who are these people? Who do we blame?
Yeah, who's the direct contact?
For the app?
Yeah, like who are you going to and saying, hey, the app's broke?
For the app, his name is Gustavo.
Oh, but what about John Brennan?
But John Brennan knows.
He goes by Gustavo.
No. That's his work name.
Like Gus Swayze?
Carmen walks in and John puts on a mustache real quick. Can Gustavo help you?
I did inform John Brennan, and John Brennan.
Gustavo Brennan.
John Brennan is the one who told me I need to message Gustavo, and that's who I messaged.
Yeah. And Gustavo's, it's been 3 weeks when Gustavo can't get the job done. Does he work here?
No.
Well, who is this guy?
He works for the website that they use.
No, he works for corporate.
Yeah. He works for corporate. Oh, get him out. Get out.
Well, so the corporate guy that can't get the job done.
I don't know.
Oh, man. Here we go. Mike's taking over.
Gustavo works.
I'm going to email Juan Brennan as soon as possible.
No, that's not.
Gustavo doesn't care. Gustavo doesn't care about whether or not our listeners are being taken care of.
Yeah.
He's a guy in corporate somewhere who's probably handling a job that he thinks is much bigger and much more important. So that will never get done.
Yeah.
It will never get done. The things that they let slip through the cracks in this place are unbelievable. And then they go, I don't know.
And again, it's not just our show. Like Monica has also brought this to their attention. Everyone has, you know what I mean? So at this point, it's like how many of us need to tell them, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, so that's when I take things into my own hands and I start doing them on YouTube, and then everybody gets mad at me for doing it. Well, you're not supposed to do it that way. Well, at least I'm doing it.
Yeah.
At least I'm getting it done.
Jasmine, the redhead, just texted me. She said she can fix it.
All right. She actually knows Gustavo.
He's the father of her 2 kids.
Yeah. She says she's got this. She just needs to be hired.
Oh,
by the way, some inside information via X. Not Twitter anymore, X. One of our listeners told us that John Senning is not shy about it. He loves being called Red John.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, at least tonight I won't feel alone.
Yeah.
Me and Red John will hang
You
out.
and Red John.
Wait, so did they change the name to Drew Garabo?
Featuring Red John.
Featuring Red John?
That'd be great.
No,
every
that's
day he
ridiculous.
gets a new name.
I don't know why you would say that, but on Saturday, Red John and Gustavo are hosting their own show. Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right, we got to take a break. We'll go over that list of the TV shows when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. That is all starting at 6 p.m. tonight. Thank you for that. My wife is just like, you going to Juliana's softball game tonight? And I went, what time is it? 6:15. Sorry, this guy's got to work in an air-conditioned room with no mosquitoes.
She feeling any better?
No.
Your wife? No. Still gonna
This
make
is how
her
I
go
know
out there and
she's.
do it?
Yeah, this is how I know she's sick. I just said, "How you feeling?" She goes, "Well, I'm supposed to go get my hair done today, and I think I might cancel it." Oh,
whoa!
That right away. I have a lot of things to do today.
Yeah.
What?
I go buy my. I
feel like Carmen does not believe you.
Like what?
I also need to get a haircut, Carmen. Thank you.
What hair?
Oh, wow.
It's almost as long as the hair on your face. I have to get a haircut, and I have to go buy my ammo for pheasant hunting. I don't know what you're
I want video.
Jasmine just texted me. She said if you need your haircut, she cuts hair. Oh, she can actually come and do it while you're on the show.
I love a redhead.
We should hire her. The more we talk.
She's good.
She won't laugh at everything that I do and doubt me. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Listen, you won't have that around either when she's here. Oh, it's not funny now. Come on. Come on.
Come on, guys.
I can be funny too.
Carmen, you're my favorite. All right. Let's talk about this list now. What is this list?
All right. So Hollywood Reporter put out a list of what they say.
That is a reputable newspaper.
Okay. What they say are the 50 best TV shows of the 21st century so far. They have the top 20 here. So we always talk about different TV shows, what you should watch, shouldn't watch. This is a great show. That's a great show. This one, not great. I'm going to tell you there's a bunch of shows that you've definitely heard of and we've definitely talked about before. There was a couple that I had not heard of that are on this list.
Okay.
And maybe some that you don't think should be on there or should be higher or lower.
Well, I will go with my all-time favorite show ever in the history of television, Mad Men.
Mad Men. Where do you think it lands on their list?
Top
I will
10.
tell you it's on the list.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Oh, it's like in the 40s.
I say before 5.
Carmen?
Ooh, it's top 5.
Would you anybody like to be more specific?
3.
I said number 8.
You said number 8.
Number 1.
Carmen?
I don't think it's in the top 10.
Joe's going to tell you you're wrong.
No.
Because it's number 1.
Number 1.
really?
Number 1,
Wow.
Mad Men, 2007 to 2015. Great show.
I only
Great.
say that because I don't hear a whole lot of people talk about it, but maybe it's been over for a while.
Yeah.
It's been over for a while.
Yeah.
Had the best. The thing I liked the most about it was there was a show that was really good, and then a little bit into it, there was a twist, and you were like, "What?"
Right.
And then after the twist, which really didn't affect the rest of the show, it was just something that you knew now. After that went on for a while, the decades changed, the times changed, and the people changed on the show. So your main characters are still there, but they evolved with time. They brought in new people. They went from the 50s to the 60s. And then the ending of that show couldn't have been any better.
Did not disappoint.
Did not disappoint. It was like, I remember so badly watching. I'm like, there's 8 minutes left. There's 6 minutes left. How are they going to end this? This is going to be the worst. It's going to be like The Sopranos. And then it ended, and you were like, that was fantastic.
But I will say, for someone who was born after that, it did take you explaining it. So I knew, and yes, it was a great wrap up. It was a great ending, but I needed someone to explain that because I wasn't born in that time.
Also, I would say Mad Men, not a dull season. There was no lulls or anything like that. It was solid all the way through.
And the character development on all the characters was so good. You had the guys that you were typical, stereotypical guys, and this, that, and everything. Then you had the gay thing make its way in there. You had the strong women stuff make its way in there. You had the family drama, the divorces, the remarriage. I mean, it was just, I was so into it.
It was really good the way they dove into different people's character and their home life and the stuff that goes on with them. Like they were there and you knew them and you knew what their character was, but then you got to know them a little bit more and you're like, oh, that's interesting that person's like that. And
it's my all-time favorite show, and I'm glad it was number one. Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching every once in a while. Just throw an episode on.
Okay, so that is number one. We got that out of the way. What are some other TV shows you think are on this list of the greatest TV shows of the 20th century, 21st century?
My number two, which I don't think is going to be their number two, but number two is Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
But I don't know if Downton Abbey makes a list.
Anybody else? Yellowstone, Game of Thrones.
Breaking Bad.
The Office.
The Office. I can tell you, Downton Abbey not on their list. Not in the top 20. Not in the top 20. The Office, not in the top 20. Yellowstone, not in the top 20.
Sopranos?
Breaking Bad comes in number 16.
16?
Breaking Bad, they put in number 16. Yeah,
I put that top 5 easy.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah. You would think.
Dexter,
not in the top 20.
What?
Sopranos. Now we have number 1 and number 2. Okay. That is number 2. Yeah.
I mean, this is a good list so far.
So they're saying, by the way, for this list, a show could start in the 90s as long as it crossed over
Sopranos
into
was 99.
So it started in 99, but ended in 2007. So
Friends,
no.
What?
Seinfeld, no.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I see this as more of a drama list.
No, there are comedies on here.
True Blood
on here. No, True Blood. No,
come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed about saying that. The Wire comes in at number 5.
Yeah.
2002 to 2008. Fantastic.
Mike,
show.
you've never seen The Wire.
Yeah. No, I will.
Very good.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul comes in at number 7, higher than Breaking Bad.
Really?
I have to tell you, Breaking Bad was a great show and a great full series, but Better Call Saul, I think, was more action packed and more. I liked it.
There was a lot of great stuff in Better Call Saul for sure, and the way they filmed it, it was like every episode was like a movie and stuff. And
I loved the final episode of Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad final episode was fantastic.
Great.
Yeah,
and,
was really
and
good.
I liked the sequel.
Oh, the El Camino? Yeah, the El Camino was good. The Better Call Saul doing that was good. Like everything they've done out of that show has been.
That's Vince Gilligan.
Yeah,
he does all that,
so
man.
smart.
He's really good. All right, so this is top 20. Number 20, Peep Show.
I don't know what that is.
Peep Show is a British comedy.
Hello.
Yeah, which I've seen clips of, and it does look really funny.
Hello, Peep Show. I love talking like that.
Number 19 is a show that I'm pretty sure.
It's pronounced Rizzoli.
I'm pretty sure that Mo recommended it to me, and I watched an episode and went, nope, that's not for me. Let me see if this is the right one.
Nope.
I think this is it. Rectify. I hear Rectify all the time.
What is Rectify?
It was a drama. It was 4 seasons, 2013. But it says series exploring the life of a man after his release from prison after nearly 20 years on death row.
I don't know. Rectify.
Yeah.
So there's no like comedies don't seem to be making the list at all.
No, there are some on here.
okay.
There are some on here. Number 18, a great show, Friday Night Lights.
Oh, so
Friday
Kat
Night
and I
Lights.
started watching that.
Have you
Of
never
course
seen it
you
before,
did.
Carmen?
Yeah, no, never watched it.
It's a great show,
It's
right?
great.
Yeah, I saw the movie, obviously, like way back when.
I thought it was
never
gonna be
watched the
super
show.
hokey and just
Yeah.
dumb and everything. Every episode I was into it.
It's
John Brennan was the one who said you need to watch that.
Yeah.
And it's good to the end, I think, all the
By
way
the way,
through.
it's Gustavo Brennan. Number 17. Interesting that this is on here because you and I watched this show and it was a good show. I'm not putting it on my top 20. Halt and Catch Fire.
No, maybe not my top 20. It was a very
But it was a good
complicated show.
And it was interesting and there was
took
a lot of stuff.
chances, Yeah.
But not in the top 20. I don't see that in the top 20.
Not of top 20.
Number 16 was Breaking Bad. Number 15 is a show that I've heard a lot of people say is really great, and I do like the guy who is the star and creator of it, Atlanta, which is Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not watched it.
Number 14 is a show. I don't know whether I know this. I'm going to Google it right now to find out. From 2011 to 2013, it is, let me see whether I know who this is and who's in it or anything. From the title, I don't know. Okay, I do know. But I never watched it. Enlightened, which is Laura Dern. I think it was HBO, maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I know she won a bunch of awards for it.
Yeah. I never. I don't think I ever watched that, so I can't speak on that. This doesn't matter the subject. Always fantastic.
Law and Order.
No.
Yeah.
It's kind of a docu-series.
I don't know.
ESPN's 30 for 30.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if you're telling me about the checkers champion, whether you're telling me about the best quarterback, whether you're telling me
Donkey
about
Kong players.
a guy who used to follow a golfer around and clean his. I almost said clean his balls. I wasn't even making a joke. But like whatever subject they pick, they do such a good job with it that is interesting.
I just watched the one on Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
And how they were just college kids that were filming trick shots in their backyard. And now it's, multi-million dollar.
Doing brands and crossover
And
stuff.
it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, they do such a good job. 30 for 30, always interesting for sure. Number 12, Gustavo Brennan was the one who told me about this. And I will tell you
Gustavo.
that I tell everyone this is a fantastic show. And you'll see it on a bunch of lists. And I don't know whether you necessarily know what it is right away, but a great, great, great show coming in number 12, The Americans.
Oh, yeah.
The Americans.
I know you talk about
if
it.
you have not watched it, I'm telling you.
Wait, what is it about?
They're Russian spies and they're here in the 80s and you don't know. They just moved to a neighborhood and they're a total normal American family.
Right.
And they have kids and everything, but they're operatives and it's amazing.
So what are they reporting back on?
All stuff American.
Oh,
they work for the KGB. They report. They have to do different, stuff that they do. And he's just like, regular guy and she's regular lady, but then they go out and they do all this stuff and you're like, oh my God, like if you found out that your neighbors were KGB and they were secret spies and stuff, you would have and had no idea. You'd be like, no way, they were so normal.
Positive, my neighbors.
Yeah, you think so? Growing up, my neighbors thought that.
What about, and this is the last show that I really enjoyed the hell out of, was Succession. Succession was so great.
One of the best, most recent shows comes in at number 3. Yeah, number 3 on this list. Yeah, 2018 to 2023. It was fantastic.
I love it.
It was short, but it was perfect.
Yeah. It really was.
They ended it when they needed to end it. Like any longer, it would have been just drawn out.
And such great casting. You know,
yeah.
I'm sure there was other people that could have played those roles, but they really nailed it. I mean, I think it was perfect.
What about Banshee?
Banshee, maybe that's the one that Mo told me about.
It sounds like it.
I don't
know. A lot
know.
of people love that show.
Yeah, I've heard that a bunch before, but no, not in the top 20 on this. Not in the top 20.
Did The Wire make the list?
Yeah, we already talked about that,
Yeah,
Joe.
so
Welcome to
listen
the show.
All
Yeah.
right, all right.
Good. Why don't you
I
go
was
look for
looking
money
things
out
up.
in the cul-de-sac?
Is Sopranos on the list.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 11, The Daily Show. The Daily Show, I will tell you.
It's Inception.
Yeah, Inception, Craig Kilborn, Jon Stewart early was good.
Yeah.
And, it's launched a bunch of other people and stuff.
Right.
But was good for a while and definitely different and funny.
I mean, never a show that I was like, ooh, The Daily Show, I got to tune in.
A lot of people got their news from The Daily Show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
This one, we say it's hard to do cartoons anymore. It's hard for us to watch cartoons. But you hear about this one all the time, BoJack Horseman.
Yeah. I don't know.
Exactly. That's my feeling too. Even if it's funny, I'm always just like, I don't know.
Like I watched, what's the one I watched at your house? Archer. I watched Archer at Joe's house, and I liked it. I laughed, and I thought it was funny, and I thought it was smart, and then I would never watch it again.
Right, you're not going to seek it out.
I started watching Big Mouth, and I liked that one.
What is that?
It's about like teenage puberty, and their hormones are monsters that come to life and talk to him. It's pretty funny.
And it's, what's his name? The comedian.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Sure. He was on the fantasy football show.
Right.
Hold on.
Oh man. Oh, I know you.
Nick Kroll.
Yeah, Nick Kroll, who's hilarious.
Nick Kroll.
Oh, really?
Hate him.
His
face bothers me.
I'm telling you right now, the Kroll show was so funny. It was a sketch show and had so many good things.
I just don't like him. I don't think he's funny. He's like that guy that I don't like on Netflix. That my wife loves.
Netflix.
The guy on
Andrew.
No, the comedy show on Netflix on my wife. You like it too.
Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
I think you should leave.
Yeah. I don't like that either.
He does. Nick Kroll does with John Mulaney that Too Much Tuna. Those guys and so I like them. I think they're very funny. So some of the other ones on here. Number 9, you hear on all the different lists. I've watched before. I wasn't blown away by it. Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks was a little ahead of its time.
Yeah. Girls, which we all watched.
I liked Girls.
Girls was good.
Girls, yeah. I watched it, and then after every episode, because it was on a succession of stuff that was on HBO, so it was in the middle of like 2 other shows that I watched, and I would watch Girls, and I'd go, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like every episode,
Having
like,
lived there and lived around those people, I thought it was pretty accurate, and I liked the show even though I disliked the character.
Yeah, I'm always kind of like I want stuff to happen. You know, if it's just like it's just like following people around. I'm like, all right, whatever. Number 7, Better Call Saul. Number 6 is a more recent one that I hear a lot of good things about from a lot of different people. I have not watched it though. Reservation Dogs.
Yeah, yes, that's the about the Indians.
Yes,
I have not watched that either.
Yeah, I have not seen that. Number 5 we said was The Wire. We have number 3, number 2, number 1. So the only one left is number 4, and it is a comedy. And I can tell you, I've talked about it before and told you it's a great comedy.
Arrested Development?
No, which
Always
is great.
Sunny.
Always Sunny, also great, but not this. We mentioned the lead character earlier in the show. Comedy was on NBC from 2006 to 2013.
30 Rock?
30 Rock. Yeah. 30 Rock is a great show.
Yeah.
Carmen, if you want a show that you want to just put on in the background and watch, whatever, it's hilarious, but it's also one of those ones that's just great to be on.
Also, Tina Fey knowing what to do with Tracy Morgan.
Tina Fey, great.
But I mean, knowing how to take Tracy Morgan and make him, like you look at Tracy Morgan and you're like, this guy's nuts. How can we use him on a different show?
Right. And she said,
using him right.
Yeah, we're going to make him Tracy Morgan. We're not going to change his name, his first name, because he won't go by Chris or Bill or he won't answer to it. So he's Tracy Jordan on there. And he's the crazy, funny comedian that gets brought on a show and has crazy stuff. Yeah, it's a really good show.
Honestly, I started watching it for that purpose. It was a great background, clean the house, cook, this and that. It's on, what was I watching on? Peacock.
Yeah.
Which I just don't go to a lot. It's just, you know what I mean?
I think it might be on Netflix, or at least it was for a while, so you may be able to watch on Netflix.
But good show.
I'm telling you right now, not just a background show. If you watch it, you can watch the same episode 10 times and find different things every time that is hilarious that you might have missed the first time. I mean, it's really well written, well acted. It's just funny show. So there you go. Number 4, 30 Rock. Number 3, Succession. Number 2, The Sopranos. And according to Hollywood Reporter, the best TV show
and Mike Calta
of the 21st century, according to Hollywood Reporter and Mike Calta's everywhere. Mad Men.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that I it's weird because a lot of my friends will be like, Sopranos. I'm like, Mad Men better than Sopranos.
Yeah, I'm surprised Game of Thrones did not make the top 20 in here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, Carmen, you said Dexter. Dexter's fantastic.
Yeah, I think Dexter got ruined by the end of Dexter.
Yeah, I think it ran out of gas. Like, they went one season too far.
They went too long.
The key is getting out while you're still good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the prequel of Dexter that they have that's coming out where Dexter, whenever he's younger, he's like a 18, 19-year-old.
Did anyone watch when it came back for that one season?
Yeah,
or whatever?
I did.
I did not. How was it?
It was decent. And kind of you're just like, okay.
Because it's just like one season, right? And he's in Alaska or something?
Yeah.
Did we really need it?
No, but there are some good things for sure. Like, I love whenever Dexter comes across somebody that he's definitely going to kill and the person doesn't know, and you're like, oh, I can't wait for him to kill this guy, and for them to see that it's Dexter killing them. They're like, they wake up and they're like, what? You? Huh?
The guy they've cast as the young Dexter looks good. He looks
a
like
lot
him.
like him, and Christian Slater plays the father in there, and it's so good because they're getting ready for to go to school or whatever, and like the toast pops up and he grabs a knife and they and then he smears like stuff on it and it looks like it's blood and everything, and doing all these things, and Michael C. Hall does the voiceover,
right.
So he's the voice in his head, whatever, and he says something, whatever, and the kid turns to the camera and kind of smiles, just half smile, and you're like, yeah, so that'll be good for sure.
Oh, good. When is that supposed to start?
Dexter New Blood, let's see, the start date is
I think next summer.
Is that?
Oh, really?
I thought I said, the trailer. There's a trailer out for it.
Is that maybe that's not New Blood? What is New Blood? Was the other one where it was the other?
New Blood says 2021.
Yeah. So what is Dexter prequel release date? Let's see. It is.
Oh, December this year.
Yeah, December 13th.
Yeah.
Dexter Original Sin is
Will
what
John
the new one is.
Lithgow be involved?
Probably not.
I don't know. He was. I guess he was older. Fit in. Yeah. Because we alluded to the fact that he might be on the New Blood, and he kind of played off like he would be, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if maybe he had some tie somewhere.
He was great on there, the Trinity Killer.
He's a great actor. He was one of the best actors of our time.
Has there ever been anything, TV show, movie, anything
funny,
that you've seen
sad, crazy,
where he's not great in it? It might be a pile of garbage script. It may be a terrible movie. It may be a dumb TV show, but he's always fantastic.
He's very much like a Gene Hackman.
Yes,
it's always going to be.
And I think he would probably like that compliment.
And the weird thing is, I still always find this weird because it just popped up. Dexter, Michael C. Hall, was married to his sister from the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. I don't know.
Well, that's like Always Sunny, aren't they all intermarried?
Yeah, Rob McElhenney and what's her name? That plays Dee. Yeah, they're married. But the interesting thing about that too, Carmen, is they got divorced during the show.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
They got married and divorced during the show and still had to work together as brother and sister.
For 2 years.
Which, by the way, that girl was that. That was that's the only thing I've seen her in.
And that's it.
She's Deb, and I've never seen her in anything else.
Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, she's got all that Michael C. Hall money.
Well, so she was in White Chicks, the movie.
Oh, well.
I'm just saying that was like what she did before Dexter. That was her big. And then it looks like, she was in the...
Because Dexter was 7 seasons, I think.
Yeah, and he was also on 6 Feet Under, but like Michael C. Hall's done a bunch of different things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Thank you, Galvin.
Got it.
We will take a break. It is 8:31. Before we go to break, I wanted to remind everybody that my man Jeff Borum and his team at eXp Realty at teamborum.com, they are there to help you out with all your real estate needs. If you're looking to buy a home, and you start seeing all of these homes available, and you're like, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one is over here. And then you're like, well, which one is better? Which one do we pick? You don't know. But you know who does know? Jeff Borum and his team at teamborum.com, powered by eXp Realty. They're working there for you to help you find the home of your dreams and to get you in it without all the stress that usually goes in with buying a home. Having bought and sold a couple of homes over the years, I know how much stress goes into it. First, you got to find it, then you got to secure it, then you got to beat the other people out trying to get it, and then it could turn into a bidding war, which is the last thing you want when you're buying a house, but definitely something you want when you're selling a house, and that's what Jeff and his team specialize in. So for all your real estate needs, go to teamborum.com. That's spelled BORHAM, and right there at the top of the website, you'll see a place where you can put your address in. You put your address in, and it'll give you an accurate account of what your home is worth on the high end, the low end, and average end, and even a cash buyout. It's only available at teamborum.com. Jeff and his team live right here in the Tampa Bay area. You could actually get them on the phone, talk to them, and let them help you and take all the stress out of your real estate needs. It is teamborum.com. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. What do we have to give away today? Maybe we could play a little game and give some stuff away.
Yeah.
I love your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
These guys were thinking about getting rid of you. Come on.
You shut up.
What jerks.
So we have tickets for Here Come the Mummies. Pink.
Yep.
OAR.
Okay.
Next Big Thing.
Yep.
TSO.
Yep.
Reggae Rise Up.
Okay.
Monster Jam.
Okay.
Alice Cooper.
Yep.
Thomas Rhett.
I'd like to combine a couple of those. I'd like to see Daryl Hall, Alice Cooper, and Monster Jam.
I would like to let you know that I do not believe we have any of those tickets anymore because Jasmine went door to door and was giving those out to people that were listening. Yeah, she actually drove.
That's not how we do it.
She said as long as they were listening that they got tickets. And
You wouldn't
Those people die in
You wouldn't
Trent.
mail out the parking pass to that guy who lost his car.
Yeah,
Not my job.
Gator Man.
Gator Man.
He doesn't have a car to come get his tickets. He doesn't have a car to go to Universal.
You don't know what he's doing.
You don't talk to Gator Man like that. You never disrespected Gator Man.
All right. Remember Hoppy's surprisingly good-looking girlfriend that he had? She posted a video yesterday. She looked like she worked at a salon or something, and there was a baby alligator outside. They had to call wildlife to come get him. I mean, baby, 5 feet.
Oh.
You see, Gustavo Brennan posted a thing about there was an alligator at his kid's school or something.
At the playground.
Oh,
It made it up from the lake behind the...
Yeah, they're probably all displaced from the hurricane.
They're like, just a heads up, there's a gator at the playground, so be careful out there, folks.
Have you talked to Gustavo?
I did, yes. He actually texted me and said, Gustavo Brennan, ? I'm sure that is a compliment, or how that came about is a great story. Yeah.
Did you forward him Jasmine's information?
Yeah, he's already got it. She's actually there right now.
Thank you.
All right.
Carmen's like, yeah. All right, let's give some stuff away right now. A little bit of Who Is My Baby's Daddy? Here we go.
Okay, everybody, this is Maury Povich, and it's time to play Who's My Baby's Daddy?
Lord, I've been done had too many babies, honey. Who is my baby daddy? Girl, I'd be a millionaire if I could ever figure out where I got Cheeto, Limbo, Cracker Jack, Orangelo, K Martina, Salmonella, Velveeta, Genitalia, Catfish, Leroy, Cocoa Puffs and Pluto, Penelope, Jack Daniels, Buford and Lamangelo. Who is my baby daddy? Don't even two of these children even look alike. Aloe Vera, Maybelline, Gingivitis, Brill Cream, Cruix, NyQuil, Gangsta Q and Daffodil, Ron Bacardi, Captain Morgan, D-Mark Torres and DeLorean, Gynolotrum and Felicia, Chlamydia Champagne. Who named these children and how many of them is it? Why they always want to come live with me anyway? Ask them who their daddy is. Look over yonder, they go. Nova Scotia, Bubblicious, Cuponita, Gonorrhea, Ice Bucket, Batuglia, Visine, and Margarita, Percolator, Terminator, Velcro, and Taekwondo, Varicella, Chromosome, Obstetria, and Shathid. That's the ignorant one right there, Shathid. Who is these baby daddies? I wish I knew. I'd show sue him for some child support, honey. Shoot.
The great Shirley Q. Liquor singing that song. Thank you very much. A white man pretending to be a fat black lady. All right, let me get I'm going to get a couple of contestants. So stand by. Hi, who is this?
Sam.
Sam? All right, hold on a second, Sam. Good morning. Who is this?
Rob.
Rob, hold on. Sam, you there?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, and let me grab one more. Good morning. Who is this?
Karen.
Karen. All right. Sam, Rob, and Karen. We're going to play her side of the story first. Then we're going to talk about it. We're going to play his side of the story and talk about it. Then you three will decide whether he is or is not the baby's daddy. Carmen, are you ready? Let's hear her side of the story first.
Oh, Pat. And a shame. Because I don't know if Trey or Anthony is the father of my daughter. Hopefully that Anthony is the father. He's been there. My daughter deserves to have a good father in her life. I'm so afraid that it has to prove that Trey is the father. My baby didn't change. Trey just changed his mind. He said she started to look like Anthony. It hurt so sad. How you go from loving to hate? How you do that?
So it was very hard to understand. It seemed like Trey was the father for a while and then stopped being the father.
Because he said that baby looks like Anthony. Oh, so now they think Anthony is the father.
Now I get it. So, all right. So are we going to hear from Anthony or Trey?
Both.
Well, here we go. Let's hear their side of the story.
I really hope that I'm the father of LaShonda's child, Treyana. I'm just not sure if I am.
LaShonda told me it could be a possibility I'm not the father of Treyana. But I decided to take on responsibility because I'm a good guy.
LaShonda was in a relationship with Trey at the time of the pregnancy, so I just took it that he was the father. Trey started to deny the fact that he was the father about 3 months ago, and I just been there for the baby and LaShonda ever since.
It took me a while, but now I know I'm not the father of LaShonda baby Treyana. At first, she looked like me, but now she looks like Anthony.
First time I saw Treyana, I thought she looked like me. It would be so terrific if she's my child. She calls me Dada, and it's just perfect with me.
She know I'm not the father of this child, and I don't need this drama in my life because I am not a father.
Wow. Very interesting. One wants to be, one was, now isn't anymore. I am not 100% sure, but it seems to me like I feel like the one who wants to be is not going to be.
Yeah, so Anthony is not the father. You say Trey is the father.
Trey is the father.
It's funny. Really good insight from Maury at the end of that. Wow. So, Mike, you say Trey is the father.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. If you want to be the father, you're not going to be the father. Right. The baby's named Treyana. Of course it's Trey's baby, so I say Trey as well.
Sam, we go to you. Is it either one of their children or none of their children?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
I'm going to go with Tony.
Okay, you say Anthony. Let's call him Anthony. Karen, what do you think?
I'm going to say Trey.
Trey, okay. And Rob?
I'm going with y'all's choice too, Trey.
All right. Well, there you go. Lock it in. On election day, we've got 3 votes.
Yeah, so only one for Anthony there.
One for Anthony,
so
2 for Trey.
Anthony, he wins. If the other ones,
or it could be none of them.
Could be none of them.
The above.
Could it be both of them?
I don't think that's. I mean, maybe. Were they standing up when they did? All right, let's check in with Maury Povich and find out what the true answer is and who is the baby's daddy.
When it comes to 1-year-old Treyana, Trey, you are not. When it comes to 1-year-old Treyana, Anthony, you are the father.
Anthony was the one that backed out.
No, Anthony was the one that wanted to be the father.
Yeah.
Happy ending.
Yeah. Surprise happy ending. So Bill, I think, was the only one there, right?
Wow. Interesting. All right, I'm going to put all 3 of you on hold. Carmen, can you do that for me?
Yes.
I
Stop
think
touching
so.
Stop touching stuff.
All right,
I mean, we know who can do it.
I will give.
All right.
You know what, Gio?
I will give them consolation prizes for the people who did. The people who did win. Carmen, we have so many things to give away.
No.
So many things.
Yeah, it's already Tuesday.
Ooh, already Tuesday. Wait, what?
I'm going to be honest with you about something.
Oh, we like honesty.
Joe, we have a Category 5 disaster going on in the garage.
We do?
Oh, no. It's because the dogs are there.
Are you talking about the hurricane boards that are tipping over one of the cabinets?
So a while ago, Tom the tree man and I cleaned out the garage.
And what would you say the percentage was of Tom cleaning and you cleaning?
60-40. I was in it.
Okay.
In the garage watching him clean?
I would say I'm the 60.
Oh, wow.
Tom?
All right. I'm the 40.
Relax a little bit.
Yeah. Tom was very helpful, but we got a lot done. I didn't think we'd get as much done, and we cleared out that whole back area, and it was great. Then the hurricane came and screwed everything up again. Then we had to introduce new items to the garage because we had boards that we used to board up the windows. And those are in my garage, and now they are leaning towards the cabinets, and the cabinets are falling, Joe.
Yes, I know.
You noticed this, and you didn't try to fix it?
No, Gio and I discussed it, and Gio also yelled at me for not doing anything about it.
Yeah. And then Joe tried to move the boards on his own.
No, I didn't. I said we should not move those boards. This is going to be a 3-man operation.
I agree with you. What time? What Saturday do you want to come over?
Anytime. We can do it today, Mike.
No, not today.
Let's do it right now.
No.
All right, I'm ready.
Seriously, though, I'm worried that we're just going to hear a big boom in the garage.
No, I don't think that will happen.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
you want to go on record saying there's no way that's going to happen.
As long as you don't mess with it. You know, if you go in there and start pushing things around, Gio, I'm sure it will.
Listen, I know you guys are going back and forth a little bit. Please don't swear at Joe.
Okay.
Just be careful.
Yeah, you get Gio. When you get older.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every day you don't swear at Joe, you get a free Baconator.
All right. I'm in.
I was bringing that up because I know that I have a little bit of hoarding tendencies.
Yeah.
I'd like to throw a lot of things out. I have no problem parting with stuff. When I watch hoarders and they go, well, that's an old bicycle. And he goes, well, one day if you put a new tire, I'm not that guy. I'm like, throw it out. Get it out of here. I want it out of my face.
Joe and I made a ton of progress back here.
Yes.
Looks good.
Ripped the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Got rid of the drum set. We moved everything out.
I mean, I don't like that, but whatever.
I know.
However, I watched a show this weekend.
Yeah.
That makes me want to start collecting things.
Oh, no.
I watched a documentary about sports cards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the problem with sports cards. You and I know nothing about them. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to do that too, but there's so much involved in that.
So much.
I was buying my nephews some cards.
Right.
And I go, geez. When I was a kid, like Tops were good, and but I don't even know which ones. I actually had to ask them. I go, hey, what are some good cards? What are some
Panini?
But so that I've never heard of until
and
now.
Who owns Tops and Donruss and all those other ones now?
Who?
Fanatics.
Oh yeah,
Fanatics bought everything.
But then there's also packs that will have a certain card that's like a colorful, like it glows and does this, and that's worth. There's only 5 of them,
and we wouldn't know the difference.
Right? Exactly. You go through it and be like, oh, that one glows. Throw it away.
I'd have to get on the internet and all that, but it's amazing. So my brother-in-law, who's my age, started telling me a while ago that he was collecting cards, and he's not like crazy collector guy. So I've never seen them at his house, so it's not like he's being overrun or anything. And then I watched this documentary the other day about the business of it. I mean, it's like the stock market because you can get a basketball player so one of the things they were saying was when we were kids, you get a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card, but there were 12,000 of them made.
Right.
Now it's 1 of 5, and they're marked and they're DNA inscribed and the whole deal. And this one here is, comes out of the gate. If you open a pack that you bought for, a couple of dollars, and you open it up and there's one in there that's automatically worth $1,200.
Is the show that you're watching a guy that has like a company that does this, and they'll go to people's houses? Like this guy has a collection, and they're buying from different people, or there's people bringing stuff to them.
Well, the main characters in this, it's a documentary, and the main characters are 2 guys who do a podcast.
Oh, okay.
And they do a podcast about sports card collecting, but then they show other people. So there's a guy called the Card Father, and I think he's in Las Vegas. And
I think I watched the show with him.
Yeah, and there's a couple of different people, and there's this Asian woman in New York City who's got this small collection. She's like, my father's a doctor, my mother's a nurse, and she's like, and I collect cards for a living. This is what she does. But they show that she'll buy a box for $350. Open that box, find a card in that box worth $1,200. And you're like, all right, great. You already made $800 on this. And she's like, no, but I'll hold this now because the stock will go up as the player does better. So if they make it into the playoffs and do this, now that's worth a $3,000 card. So it's such an interesting thing. That's why I want to do it.
So the one that I watched had a kid that started when he was like 12 years old. He borrowed money from his father to buy, and like the first card that he bought was like $5,000, and then it went up to like $100,000. So then he sold that and bought more, and then started doing it. And his father said he's absolutely amazing with it. He knows everything about it. Like he knows all the different stats and different stuff, and it doing very well with it. And he was at the time, I want to say he was like 17 or something, and it was already so rich. It was ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. They got the guy that's running it for Fanatics. They show his collection. He's like, these are all Michael Jordans. These are all whatever. Like he's got everything.
Yeah.
It's just pretty interesting. It's one of those things where it's a fun hobby that could be worth some money.
I told you when I was younger, my brother Jeff collected and still has a bunch of stuff, but he collected pretty seriously, and we used to make fun of him until he sold 2 cards and bought a brand new Fender Stratocaster. And we were like, whoa, okay, so that's worth some stuff. But he would buy what they call, I think they're lots. Of the whole box.
Whole box of them.
And he would do that, but he has like, what was it? Mookie, was it Mookie Blaylock? Or
no, well, basketball or
no, baseball.
Mookie Wilson.
Mookie Wilson, rookie card. He had Shaq, rookie card in different uniforms because they didn't know who he was going to.
I remember
so
that.
He has some different ones like that. He has a program from when my dad went to the Pittsburgh Pirates World Series back in whatever 60 or 50 something that's like in pristine with the ticket with it. But he has a bunch of different cards. He also has a bunch of Star Wars cards.
I have those too,
and a bunch of original like 70s Star Wars cards.
Yeah.
And some of the original action figures too.
I have the 70s Star Wars cards. I have Grease cards. Remember the Grease?
Yeah. I remember one of the action figures because I don't even remember this guy, Hammerhead.
Yeah.
Remember Hammerhead? Yeah, because I remember looking at that and going, I don't remember that guy from the movie, but I guess. But yeah, they can be worth a lot of money for sure.
Oh, sure. I mean,
what an industry where you're literally selling pieces of cardboard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What a markup, you know?
It's crazy.
Pieces of cardboard that sometimes have pieces of shirts in them.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Bobby Kelly card?
Yeah, I did. What is that for?
That is that series that does comedians, that does the cards, and they have the Bobby Kelly card, and they have the special one that has his jacket in there they tore up from when he filmed the special here in St. Pete.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, by the way, I mean, I don't know if we're friends anymore.
Oh, no.
Jeez. I mean, we're always going to be friends, but we're not best.
We made him go to Taco Bell?
Right away, it's got to be me.
I mean,
do you know where he is right now?
Taco Bell?
No.
He is in South Florida.
Yeah. Well, he was, but do you know where he went? To Cuba.
Oh, really?
With Ari.
He went the other way.
Didn't even invite me.
Oh.
Traveling to other countries with other friends.
Were you going to go to Cuba?
I'm dying to go to Cuba.
Huh?
I'm dying to go to Cuba.
You wouldn't even go to the Bucks game.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the Bucks. It's too hot. Too hot.
Pretty sure you can swim to Cuba.
I want to go to Cuba, and Pete and I were almost going to go, and then we decided at the last minute we weren't going. And then Bobby's like, "Yeah, me and Ari are going to do the Miami Improv, and then we're going to Cuba." I'm like, "I want to go to Cuba."
I feel like Pete goes to Cuba, he stays there and takes over
because they treat him like he's home,
and because all the car connection, they can't get the cars, and they have all the old classic cars, and he gets the embargo lifted, and all of a sudden Pete's the king of Cuba.
Pete's moving into boats.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's great.
Pete's now covering wrapping boats.
You're in Florida. And it's not like these guys, these athletes that he deals with, and regular people, but a lot of athletes and stuff. It's not like they have 2 Ferraris and no boats. They definitely would have a boat.
Exactly. I want to tell you something else about people. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Say it.
All right, thank you. Since you guys said it like that.
Yeah.
People in a big building.
Oh yeah, I told you we already talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, guy. Yeah. He said this guy who used to sell roses at the nightclubs now he owns a building.
Oh wow. Expensive.
I actually didn't hear you. I was taking a sip of my tea. What did you say? It's a lot of money. How much?
Oh wow.
Just for car. Oh,
nice. Oh, he's got boats now.
Yeah,
you need a bigger building.
Yeah, you do.
You need a bigger boat.
I need an office.
At Pete's place?
In there? Yeah. Just go in and check in every while. No show.
What's so funny is that Pete used to have an office downtown, right kind of around the corner from Family Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a standalone building that had 2 floors, and he was upstairs. Actually, he had downstairs where all the workers, his office was upstairs, and it was like a big kind of loft, And I'd get off the air, and I would drive over there, and he had this big comfy couch, and I would just get on the couch and fall asleep after I got there. And I would do this almost every day because I wasn't married at the time, or maybe I just got married and Amanda was still working. And I'd go over there and I'd just sleep on the couch. There were so many times where I would wake up and Pete would be in the middle of a meeting, or I'd snore myself awake and I'd wake up and Gary Sheffield would be sitting there. And there'd be some sort of athlete or some really super rich guy. And I'm like, hey, I just became the guy sleeping on the couch at all Pete's meetings. All right, I got to take a break because Acid Dom's in the studio with us when we come back. If you want to get through, you got a question, get on the phone lines now. 800-771-1025. Acid Dom is next on 1025 The Bone. Dominic Ferriello, better known as Acid Dom to you folks. Tom, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Happy Tuesday. Happy Election Day, Mike. And
back at you.
Everybody.
You were an early voter?
I went already.
Today or beforehand?
This morning. I always vote day of. In fact, Gio texted me yesterday. We always coordinate on Monday just for my appearance, and I told him I'm going to.
I thought you meant you guys are going to go vote together.
No, I was coordinating with him.
I'm not opposed to that either. We can go.
We go together, but no, he's great. We coordinate just so I know the times, and sometimes you have different rotations and different things happening. But I said I'm going to squeeze in voting and get to the station hopefully on time, and I was able to do that. It was fantastic. There were no issues, no crowds. Great experience, and I always just love voting day of. That's just one of my personal preferences.
Not your personal preference, but what is your expectation for the result of the election today?
I don't really know. It's so close. I'm assuming you're talking about presidential.
Yeah, presidential.
You've got 7 states that are between 1% and 5%.
The swingers,
the swing states. So that really is going to tell the tale. Now, I am going to be in studio tonight, this evening, during the Lightning broadcast. I'm going to be with Mike O, and we're going to give updates in between the breaks of the Lightning. And then once the Lightning game concludes, Mike O and I are going to do a recap of what the status is of the election. So obviously we should have all the local results, the statewide results by then. The federal one, that might be wild. That could go a long time. I don't know.
Election coverage will start at 6 o'clock on this show, Electile Dysfunction. I will be hosting along with John and Drew and Johnny B and Mo and Spike. We'll be on together. Then we turn it over to the Lightning game where Dom and Mike O will pick it up and carry it over to the end of the game where my prediction is we will have an answer by the end of the night, Dom.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a landslide in favor of Donald J. Trump. I really do. And I'm not banging my chest and being like, that's my guy. I just feel like that is the...
So all the swing states go?
Not all of them, but I believe that enough, early enough go for them to say he's going to be the winner.
You know, with that particular candidate, I think it's really hard with some of the polling because a lot of people don't necessarily want to tell you which way they're going, or they'll show up, and so there's a lot. I think that's what happened.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah,
in 2016.
I think some people are embarrassed to talk about voting for either candidate.
I think they are. I think a lot of the Harris people don't want to say it to Trump people because they don't want to be ridiculed.
Yeah.
And the Trump people, I believe that there's some people that are voting for him but aren't proud that they're voting for him. They know he's going to do a better job than she would, but is not his ideal candidate, therefore not making them be bang your chest Trump people. And I think this time we're going to see more people frustrated with the current economy, and that is why we're going to see a landslide victory for Donald J. Trump.
Well, you know what you're going to get with him because he's been president before, and you kind of know a little bit with Harris, but she wasn't the president, obviously, with the Biden administration. But you can kind of get a sense where those policies are going if they're inherently the same. So you really have pros and cons on both sides. But I don't think it's going to be days. I don't disagree with you, Mike. We should know, if not tonight, maybe early in the morning.
Yeah.
Sooner the better, because I think a lot of that just causes a lot of stress and anxiety for this country that's completely unnecessary. So if a lot of the states can if a lot of the states can do how we do elections here locally with our supervisor of elections, and then the way we do things in the state, because we cleaned our act up really since 2000. Nothing for nothing. We jacked that one up.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was 24 years ago. So we're much better now, and we learned from our mistakes. By the way, just to throw it out there, I didn't know this. The Bank of Tampa, who's my bank, told me this. Did you know that Friday was Love Your Lawyer Day? Did you even know that existed?
No.
I know because Galvin, we always say on certain days this is Taco Day. And
today's National Redhead Day.
National Redhead. I was listening to that.
I'd rather have a taco, to be honest.
I didn't know. Maybe we can add this into the rotation. Love Your Lawyer's Day.
You share it with National Quesadilla Day, though, so that's a tough one to overcome.
Love Your Lawyer and Quesadilla Day.
Quesadilla's Trump lawyer.
Have a quesadilla with the lawyer.
Could we go have quesadillas together?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Okay.
I tell you this, I'm so blessed. One, I get to see Carmen once a week, who's my sweet Carmen. But I miss you guys. I don't get a chance to see you in person because I'm at the studio.
Well, you haven't met Jasmine yet.
Yeah.
Was that the redhead that called in? Did we get a body shot yet? I know you guys said we only had the headshots. We don't have the body shots. I listen. I do my prep. I do my show prep before I come in.
All right, if you want to get through and talk to Dom, 800-771-1025. Sherman, good morning. You're on with Ask Dom. What do you got, Shermanator?
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks, Michael. So here's my problem. I am acutely aware, Dom, that if a neighbor's tree has a limb hanging over my property and as a result of a storm, the limb falls on my property, that I'm responsible for the cost and the labor to remove that limb, that my neighbor doesn't have to pay anything. That's pretty clear in the law in the state of Florida. However, my next door neighbor is a rental property and he lives up in New Jersey, and I think I had a little bit of a different situation. What happened was the limb was hanging over my property. It partially detached, swung out, grabbed my wires for Florida Power and Light, swept it into his property, bent my riser
snapped all the wires. And I reached out to my neighbor and I said, hey, you got to do something. You got to get that tree out because Florida Power and Light can't hitch me up. Well, he dragged his feet, made me have no electricity for 2 weeks longer, cost me $1,700 for the riser repair that I think he's responsible for because, again, the limb swept my wires out, went back into his property, and he won't take any responsible for. In fact, he's threatened me twice, one in email and one on a phone call. And so now I want to go get him, and I was wondering if I have any standing.
Well, I'm not sure why your neighbor would have any control over when the power company comes out to repair. That's certainly not going to be predicated by a neighbor. They had a system, a grid, where they were kind of systematically going street by street to restore power for everybody. So I don't think a neighbor.
Yeah, but they wouldn't unhitch me for the tree to be removed by this private contractor until the tree was removed. Okay, so they wouldn't turn me back on until my wire was free from the pole. So they said, you've got to have a private contractor come out, remove that tree, and that's the only way they'd turn me on. And that
the tree is on his property.
Dragged his feet for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I see. The tree is on his property. Okay. That makes more sense. You can't remove the tree if it's on his property. Now, by the way, before these storms happen, you can lop off that section coming across your property. So all of this could have been avoided by mitigation of damages. Just for folks listening, you can cut that sucker off right at the property line. But at any rate, it's a small claims matter. It sounds like the dispute's less than $8,000. Whether you're right or wrong, I don't inherently know. Nobody should be threatening anybody, by the way. So I'm sorry to hear about that in email or messages. But nonetheless, it's a civil matter. If you want an attorney, I don't want you to spend any more money than you have already. But if you want an attorney that does small claims action, we have one in network. You can email me. Or it's a small claims issue unless it breaches $8,000, then it shifts to county court.
Sure. I mean, I was just going to eat it till he threatened basically to have Joey Pots and Pans come down and have a talk with me, is what he said. So
nothing's changed.
I want to get him.
Nothing's changed other than an inappropriate threat. I mean, obviously, if you want an injunction against your neighbor, if you feel that you're threatened, you have that recourse and remedy if it rises to that level. But nothing's changed financially. I mean, if you're out the money, you're still out the money, regardless of what they say. If you want to spend money with an attorney to go after them, you can certainly do that. But remember, these folks live next door. They own the property next door. So you're going to have a deteriorating relationship that's going to be inherently adversarial. And I don't know, if you want to have that type of dynamic. And that's a decision you have to make moving forward. Part of the analysis.
Until he had the Joey Pots and Pans, I didn't want to. I was willing to eat it. Hilarious. But the Joey Pots and Pans thing made me want to change my mind on that.
I would have said, challenge accepted, you big dope. Yeah. Thank you for the call, sir. I appreciate it, and I hope you get helped out there. Don't start threatening. What are you going to bring the mafia down to deal with your neighbors? Hilarious.
Like, what did he say? He wasn't a resident here. I think he lived in a different state, I think is what he said, and it was a rental property. So.
Doesn't matter. It makes me laugh. Joel, good morning. You're on Ask Don. What do you got, Joel?
Hey, good morning, guys. I was just wondering about disability. I was recently diagnosed with progressive MS.
Okay.
And I'm unable to work and wanted to know the process, and I've heard negative things about it taking up to 2 years. I know consulting an attorney is probably the way to go.
Yep.
And just wondering the whole process of that.
Sure.
And just worried about getting turned down.
Have you applied yet, sir? Or you just recently were diagnosed and you have yet to apply?
I haven't applied. I've gotten an attorney that was recommended by my neurologist. So I'm taking that first step and getting that consultation probably today.
Okay.
But I just wanted to know what should I expect? And I mean, I've been working since I was 14, and I definitely have paid into the system. So just trying to get something to get right.
Well, I'll explain. It's hard to explain this process because a lot of this doesn't always inherently make sense to me. For whatever, there's a lot of clients that I've had and I've seen over the years in my auto accident practice or personal injury practice that become disabled, and to me, on its face, is clear disability. They've limited use of their normal faculties. They cannot work, but they then get denied.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting here scratching myself. Why in the hell is this individual denied?
Everybody gets denied the first time, they say.
Well, and I'm just, why? Why is that? Why has it got to be that when, of course, this is one of the things I'll add to the list when I run for office that we're going to fix, which, of course, I got to get Pumpkin's permission even to run for office. But this is on my list of crap to fix, Mike. That's what I call it. So what I would suggest to this gentleman is he's got a consultation with a lawyer today, which is fantastic. If he wants to get a second one, Richard Osborne in my network is fantastic, and he does disability law. You can email me at asadam.com. You can call him. He doesn't charge for consultations. He'll chat with you much like I'm chatting with you now, but he can walk you through the specifics. I don't want to take up it's a little bit of a process. I don't want to take up the time this morning, but he can walk you through that and give you some analysis. And between the two, maybe you can figure out who you like best and retain their services. But I think you probably want to get one from the start, from the jump.
Right. I have another question as well. Is there something built into the state to where legal services get paid through the state or government? Because people filing don't necessarily have the funds to retain.
I'm not aware of anything like that, but that doesn't mean that something doesn't exist down the road. There's different types of disability, SSI, SSDI. So there's different types of classifications. There's also different types of programs. I mean, you also have legal aid, which I can provide you their information as well. That does help folks in your situation or predicament. But if you email me, I can give you Richard Osborne's information. I can also give you the information for the legal aid resources and pro bono services around as well.
Nice. And then I have a suggestion if you're going to run for office, something that maybe you can do with the legislation is in other states, they can't make you wait more than 30 days to seek medical treatment if you have a condition or you're diagnosed with a disease. Florida has no such law, so they can keep you waiting beyond 30 days for an appointment to see a specialist, and there's nothing you can really do about it. There is something where you can obtain your doctor's records in an orderly time fashion, but as far as seeing a specialist or a doctor, they can push you out as long as they want. So it's very frustrating when other states have mandates that you cannot push an appointment past 30 days, or I believe it was 20 business days.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that statement. I think that's a fantastic point and a difference between Florida and other states. And I think it's unfortunate that you have to wait that long. I think that would be a great regulation. I don't disagree at all. But a lot of the problem, though, is logistics. You don't have certain types of specialties. You just don't have enough doctors in. And then they're so overrun or overworked, they don't have the time to see people quickly. So then you kind of run into a logjam. Not defending anything, but that's just the logistics of it. Doing 22 years of attorney work with doctors in my personal injury practice, you run. Some people are 6, 8, 9, 10 weeks out because of the specialty, and that's just the way it is. So that's the kind of the collateral argument. On the other side, we probably need more doctors and certain doctors in a certain specialty because we just don't have enough compared to the folks that are moving here. We're getting people by the droves coming here.
Oh, sure.
And the population's increasing. So what we need now, you need more lawyers, you need more doctors, you need more medical and legal professionals or professionals just in general to accommodate the influx and increased population. Good point, but that's the counter argument.
If you want to get through, 800-771-1025. Good morning, you're on Ask Dom. What do you got?
Hey, my name's Dave. Dom, if and when Pumpkins ever grants you permission to run for office, what office are you running for, and will you be running as a Democrat or Republican?
Good question, sir. Good question.
Fantastic. I probably... If my kids are still in high school age, it would be a local office. I do not want to be away from Dom or Gabby.
Right.
If they are out of school or in college, then it's wide open. Then it could be a statewide office or it could be a federal office. I will not run for any office that takes me away from the family. I wouldn't be opposed to holding an office that allows me to continue my work here at the radio station with Mike's show and my program, and then also to work in the legal field. If I did that, it would have to be what I call a part-time post. So to answer your question more specifically, a state representative, you're allowed to still maintain a job or employment. or city council person, you can maintain your job and employment. But if I was mayor, if I ran for county commission, those are full-time posts. I could not do the work here at the radio station. I could not own a law firm and practice law. So if I'm still practicing, it would probably have to be one of those elected officials that would allow me to also maintain my practice and the work that I do here. As far as the party affiliation, I did support Perot in 1992, so I don't know what the hell that makes me, but that's a starting point moving forward.
I would like to see be mayor or run for mayor. I think that'd be interesting.
It's not out of the question. It's not going to be anytime soon. The next election for the mayoral race is in 27, which is odd because it's it's an off-cycle election, which I was talking to the supervisor. I go, why don't we just move it back? It's got to be a city, it's a city vote thing. It's in the Constitution or referendums, however they did it.
Don't start interfering, Dom. You're going to get kicked out.
Why the hell don't we have all the city elections when we do the state and national elections? You got everybody going to be down there, but they got to do it 6-7 months later to the cost of $500,000 minimum. $500,000 extra to the taxpayers just to have an off-cycle election.
That's why I vote for Dom. He's for common sense.
He's already campaigning.
Yep.
Right.
I could save us $500,000 to $250,000.
He's saving his money.
Just send it in back.
Let's go.
And then I donate my salary to the Mike Calta Show.
I'm in. I need it.
Okay. It's split amongst all of you.
Mike Calta Show. Your own Ask the Dom. What do you got? Hello. That's you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, sorry, it's Jack. I had a question for Dom, kind of a strange one. We were renting a property in Spring Hill back in 2016. My wife and I lost our jobs and couldn't pay the rent. We ended up moving out probably about 2 or 3 months later. So there was a final judgment entered without us ever really getting any information, like subpoenaed or anything like that. So there was a final judgment entered in 2016. Fast forward now to October, we received a letter from the attorney that they're trying to get us to turn over our vehicle to satisfy the final judgment, and the case was reopened. So I was just wondering if you have ever heard of that, if you have any advice, like would it be worth consulting an attorney? Should we just pay the amount that's owed or just turn over the vehicle?
Well, when did you know of the final judgment in 2016? Did you just find that out?
Yeah, we were going through a really rough time back then, and we were separated and living. We were displaced. I was living with my parents.
I'm with you. I think things happen. But when did you find out about the 2016 final judgment?
It was recently in July.
Okay.
We bought a home about 4 years ago, and so they, I guess, found the address. So we finally received some information in July about needing to supply financial statements, I guess it was.
All right, so in July of 2024, you first became aware of a judgment against you for a breach of lease agreement or contract or what have you from 2016. So the answer to your question is you can file a motion to set aside the judgment because you were not notified, you were not served, you were not subpoenaed, you did not know that there was an action happening against you in 2016. Because if you did, you could have done what you're doing now. Contacted a lawyer, hired a service of an attorney, go there and contest or fight against the judgment and articulate what you're just telling us now. So what you have to do is I call it a motion. It's a back to the future motion where we have to go back in time, if you will, and argue what we didn't know then that we do know now. And that's a motion to set aside. And then if it's reopened, it's great because you should have a judge assigned a case number. What county are you in? Pasco County. That's fine. Email me at acidom.com. We got some debit, credit, and collection lawyers that can assist you. The single law group, David's fantastic. But that's the answer to your question. It's a motion to set aside the judgment, and the argument for that ruling is going to be all the things we just talked about here, but more specifically, the lawyers can help you. AskTheDom.com. We take care of it.
There you go. All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You can go to AskTheDom.com or you can call 813-251-5550. Dom, look forward to hearing you on the radio tonight for the election coverage.
I'm excited. I haven't seen Mike O and been with him on air in a long time, and then kind of in between the Lightning game, which should be fun, and then once the game concludes, we'll Mike and I will be here until one of us falls asleep or they kick us out.
Bring bananas for Mike. He enjoys that.
That's a good potassium.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dom, thank you. We will take a
Absolutely.
break and come back and close out the show. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I will grab your phone calls. 727 doesn't work. 800-771-1025. And I believe this is Medicine Man. Good morning, Medicine Man. Maybe not. Hello.
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I want to tell you, thank you for being the best morning show in Florida.
Thank you for listening to it, and we certainly appreciate that.
Of course. I was calling because I am a proud dad, a proud single dad of two young girls. One's in church, another one's in cadet firefighters. I wanted to know if I'll be able to come on and get some tickets for them.
What do you want? What kind of tickets you want? I got a lot of things to give away.
I guess TSO if possible. They never experienced anything like that. There you go.
Carmen, do we have TSO for this gentleman?
Yes, we do.
Give him a little. I'm going to put you on hold, sir, and give it a second because Carmen's on the air, and during the break she'll get to you and we'll hook you up. Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you something real quick. Sure. That guy that was talking to Don and telling him that he got some guys' pots and pans coming to get this other guy, tell him I got Palm Olive Patty and Bobby Brillo to clean stuff up for them.
Old Jimmy Jump Up and spaghetti sandwich. All right, Carmen, can you put that on hold for me? Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not threatened by that stuff.
Bobby Brillo pad.
Oh. I got Danny Dishwasher over here.
I got AJ and Big Justice coming down here to bring the boom. Okay. Jesus. I was watching Instagram and there was playing videos and it was showing some other podcast. I came across those guys.
Yeah.
They were trying to decipher it like we did the first time, and I'm glad to see I'm not the only one.
They're huge now.
I think they're on the decline.
I've seen now they're getting more and more sponsors.
I read that he pulled that kid out of school.
That's the beginning of the
doesn't
end.
go to school anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd pull my kid out of school.
Yeah, you got to create content.
No, you listen to me. These things only last a short amount of time. These kids got to go to school.
So you got to
while the iron's hot.
Exactly. He can go back to school. He can miss a grade or two. You can't.
You gotta strike while the chicken bake's hot, buddy.
You can't create this again.
You're not taking your kid out of school to go on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, you miss them for a weekend, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, take the kid out of school permanently.
Now that the kid is famous, I'm sure, kids are jealous, picking on him stuff.
I bet that kid's such a pain in the ass.
And after COVID, you can homeschool your kid and do all your school on the road.
Celebrities don't go to school.
Right. What's the point of going to school?
Say it after me. Double chunk chocolate cookie. Try it again. Double chunk chocolate cookie. I don't know. Listen to me. Part of this is pure jealousy. I'm not lying to you. Part of it is just pure jealousy.
By the way,
because he gets to eat all the double chunk chocolate cookies.
I don't know if Joe has the camera on him, but Gio's doing the double bicep pose the whole time.
Never flexed a day in his life.
Talking about you.
Why is she so mean?
I don't know.
Joe, things are happening here, man.
There.
Gustavo Brennan is on one.
What's Gustavo doing?
No, we're trying to figure out.
Oh, what's going on with
everything? Yeah.
Everyone, we bring the boom.
Your favorite father and son.
Every afternoon.
So I know these words.
FYP, we'll be bringing the boom
around the 3:15. We bring the boom so loud the whole earth shakes.
With double chunk chocolate cookies and chicken mix.
Okay, but just like this and the Rizzler, what happens when they grow up? They're not cute, fat kids anymore. They're just fat dudes.
Oh, they don't grow up. They kill themselves way before.
My God.
The Rizzler's gonna put a shotgun right underneath his chin and sit there and do this, and then
boom. We bring the boom.
Welcome to Honey Boo Boo.
My God.
No, they're the next Jake Paul, and they're fighting Mike Tyson.
Whoa, it sounded like you cursed again.
Yeah. Oh, Gio, please. Come
He's
on.
trying to. He's trying to.
Oh, my God.
Hate it here.
That's happening next week.
But really, where is Honey Boo Boo now?
Yeah.
Is she
Right.
show? Like, I don't know. She may be rich and laughing at us. And
Well, Mama June, the other guy we had like pedophile stuff. And got busted.
But
Teddy Bear or whatever the hell his name was.
But that's a good question. Like Boo Boo, Honey Boo Boo, what does she do? Like she's got to be like 16 now, right?
Oh, she's 18.
18. So she's on a.
But listen, she has 1.2 million followers on Instagram. She's making money off of social media.
Good for
Maybe.
you, Boo Boo.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No, but I mean, like with that kind, you just get any type of post.
By the way, it says her net worth is about $100,000.
That's not good.
So yeah, Honey Boo Boo ain't doing well.
No, I mean, she's still working, but she doesn't have to go to a 9-to-5 office job yet. Eventually, it will be that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
I would imagine, she could do some appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know whether necessarily Comic-Con, but,
Eventually, eventually, I feel like there will be like a reality show Comic-Con where it's like Jersey Shore, Honey Boo Boo, all those lifestyle, my 600-pound life.
Yeah.
There will be a Comic-Con of that nature.
I
eventually.
think they already have something. I forget what it's called, but it's like they all
reality something.
Yeah.
I see her, I believe, posing with her boyfriend here. Honey Boo Boo, 17, is moving in with her boyfriend, Draylon, 21, for college. It'll be good for us. And she is either still fat or pregnant. But she's like turned sideways and she has her hand on her stomach, kind of like the we're expecting kind of pose.
Oh, man.
So
She's gonna the pink pose.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holding
my
up the belly.
God, Gio.